Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So today of course we don't have any new content specifically to go over, but we do have the new kingdom and all that, so we're mainly just going to be messing around with Doom Skulls like we did from last week. They're all still in the event key drop table, still very good to go and make sure you get both the two legends if you haven't already. Probably even going to be doing that on my other account a little bit later. But as far as upcoming Fridays, next Friday we are going to be having the Treasure Gnome event, and we'll finally be opening up all of our keys and doing a nice little video for that. Hopefully we get a lot of good resource off it. And of course the week after that we'll have a new mythic. So we'll see what happens from there. Also next Wednesday we're finally getting our first new pet as well. As I mentioned a bit earlier, it's going to be one of the better ones. That is not where he's located. He's located under pets. He's located under... No, that is where he's located. What am I saying? He's located right there in 4 days, 16 hours, which is, of course, Wednesday reset time. We're getting the dragon bonus pet. And, yeah, quite a bit of potential with that. Dragons are by no means the absolute best thing in the game these days, but still pretty decent. So, yeah, pretty nice thing to have. It takes red food, so if you wanted to stock up for whatever reason, you can go and do so. Actually, before I do anything, let's go do dungeons. Might as well go clear through these real quick. I keep like saving them for the later stream. There's really no need to though. I was like, hello everyone, T-Media, JZG, hello Watcher, hello Matt, hello Sai, hello Donnie, welcome everyone. I know everyone's at a different time. I'm at only like 10 AM right now. Though quite a few people from later time zones do tend to watch us on Fridays since they can't catch the nightly streams. Because the nightly streams I normally do is like midway through the night for some time zones. Alright, we'll go through that in, and there we go. On to the next one. I'm kind of disappointed that they never did hard mode dungeons, though. Or anything like that. They kind of did in a way with, like, invasion and stuff like that, but, you know, there's not any actual hard mode dungeon. The closest thing, I guess, is maybe pets, in a way. We have all these useless troops that deal, like, 3 to 5 times damage to bosses. Yet the only time there's ever a boss they would need it for outside the context of raids is these things. But they're so easy to kill, even as a newer player for the most part, that you don't even need it. And on to the last one. And that takes like, what, 2-3 minutes? Pretty sure we could get it down to a minute eventually. If we get like a really, really quick team. Not with this team, obviously. Are you excited for the Amazon announcement? Ha 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 ha. I know they hyped it up and it's like, we're releasing on Amazon. Oh. No, it's, yeah, it's helpful for the game at least, if nothing else. Alright, we'll go take that, get a Rowan down. I guess it technically helps me too, since more people will be playing the game. So more people can find the channel. So in a way, it actually does help me quite a bit. But no, to the average person, I don't see how that's interesting. Unless they were going to play on like their Kindle or something. Oh, don't do that, don't do that. I almost just wasted 50 gems. I forgot I'm not doing that anymore. Gotta save those gems. It feels so weird seeing my gems accumulate because I'm always so used to using them immediately. But yeah, we're starting to actually see our stack grow, which is kind of cool. Let's see. I know her thing was... I wouldn't say it was a waste of her stream that she did earlier. Though how much she hyped it was way over the top, though. It's like, we have this gigantic announcement. And she even said, like, the previous week, it's like, we have this gigantic announcement. And the other time, it's like, here's the gigantic announcement. We're going to hold it until later. And then it's like, oh, yeah, here's our announcement. Well, to them, it's probably big. Though to the average person, not so much. Because obviously they had to put a lot of work into actually getting that out. Also, we're almost 7777777 gold. Let me go try doing a PvP battle now. We'll get that exactly to all 7s. That'd be absolutely amazing. That's way too much gold. Where is it? How much more gold do I need? I need 2,000... Yeah, that's way too much gold. I was going to say, because this battle is going to be like 3, 4, 5,000 or something. So, with the extra that I'll end up giving. So, let me go do casual PvP like twice or something. Actually, even this one battle I think would be enough. So, let's see. Will we end up getting exactly all 7s? The chance of that is ridiculously unlikely. We'll see how close this gets us. That'd be really funny if we get exact. Also, that reminds me, I need to go put my gold into my guild. Let me go do that. I still haven't given them a single cent yet this week. Should probably go do that. I'll probably give them like 5 million. It's been a while since I dumped a lot of gold. The only reason I was even really saving it was in case I needed it for the kingdom, but no, I don't really need it for that. So might as well go dump it all now. I just wanted to make sure that we got the 5-star on it. So what's our gold amount? Oh, it came so close. No, there's no way I can get it to all 7s. That's about as close as we're going to get is 4 7s in a row. But yeah, 7,777,000, and unfortunately not 777 for the last 3. But close enough. We got 4 7s in a row. That's about as many as we're gonna get, without like really taking every single cent and like trying to lower it and stuff. But yeah, that'll be fine. Anyways, let's go and see what the guild amount is in. If as long as it's not a weird number, I'll go dump all the gold, and if it is, then we'll do it a different time. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's go and contribute, I guess, actually 4.7 million. Let's go do all that. And we'll get to see what we get from all these tasks. So that's 2. 3. I probably should have double checked to see if we actually had a full guild at the moment. We probably do. 4. That'd have been a fail if not. Pretty sure we do. And 5. So there we go. Almost 5 million gold. 5 tasks completed. Let me see. Yeah, we have a full guild. And what do we get out of that? Trait stones, useless. I don't need any trait stones. More trait stones, even more useless. Again, I don't need them. Even more trait stones, don't need them. There we go. Not trait stones, that's decent. And more not trait stones, that's also decent. And there we go. Yeah, we get way too many legendary. We get way too many trait stones from legendary tasks. My amount that I'm getting is just, they're all useless. Like half the drops that you get almost, like 1/3 of them are just completely useless. Because you reach a point where you have just so many that they don't do anything. We're almost at base 200 arcanes as well. Actually, we still have a decent way to go, but still, if we really wanted to grind it out, we could easily obtain it. Obviously, there's no reason to do so, though. These are at about the 1,000 to 2,000 range. These are around the 6,000 range, and these things are approaching the over 9,000 range. More like 7,000 for some of them. But still, way more than we ever need. And even if we didn't, we still have a billion orbital wisdoms. Actually, we have more orbital wisdoms than any other orb as far as the smaller orb. Anyways, let's head back to PvP. We actually don't currently have a pet gnome active, so I need to go make sure I go do that. And the best place to go do that is PvP. Plus, we need to kill them anyways for the event objective, if nothing else. Also, good morning, Dragon Ball Z fan and Exos. Welcome. You try to get your guild to watch your streams. Your gameplay has improved 100% since you started watching. Thank you for that. If you guys have ever had any questions, feel free to leave them. And that's for every stream, not just if I put it in the title. I just put it in a title when I run out of ideas to do for titles. Let's see. We'll go and we'll go take the explosion. Great Dragon Ball Z reference. Oh, we've always done the over 9,000 reference thingy. Actually, one of my first videos actually ended up doing that too. When we ended up doing the Brian the Lucky. Back in when this game first started, stats could go infinitely high. And I did a video getting around several million, almost a billion, I think it was, stats. Of course, that's not possible anymore. Unfortunately, they've capped out all stats at 1,000 when they added the difficulty increase. But at one point, you could go infinite with it, which is pretty funny. And Brian the Lucky was the only one at the time to be able to do it with. Humility and stuff didn't exist at the time. So you have to very slowly do it with Brian the Luckies. But yeah, we got millions upon millions of stats. The number looked like this just really small thing. Like it didn't actually look large because the size of the number kept getting smaller and smaller based on the based on how many numbers there were. So it was always basically took up about the same amount of room, but it kept putting as still the same amount of numbers. So the text just got like almost microscopic small. Also, pet gnome. I mean, treasure gnome. I wish I was a pet gnome. That would actually save us a lot of time. We're trying to pet gnome grind right now. Wrong gnome. Really would have preferred a pet one, but oh well. If nothing else, maybe we'll get something good off him. I've still gone a very long time without a vault key, by the way. I've gone about 7 weeks without a vault key. And that includes through the previous event as well, of course. So we've gone a really long time without one. Hopefully he finally gives us one. Probably not. Chance of it's really low. Okay, don't you dare. Why does he have to be a goblin team? He's gonna do it. He's totally gonna do it. Okay, good. He ended his turn with a 0. Problem, though. We don't have a way to kill it. Another problem. We don't have an extra turn on the board to take off the board. Okay, we'll just take a brown, I guess. And that's it. That's not much more we could do. Hopefully he does not evade us. Or we actually turn right here. Ooh. Ooh, okay, good. He didn't get away. That's fine. And that's match. That was almost horrible. We'll go through that in there, and that's going to kill out the rest. And there we go. Alright, what do we have as far as loot? And we get 2,500 gold. Pretty standard. Nothing special. It's pretty much like one PvP battle, if even that. So, nothing too interesting there. It's still on the streaming screen for you. Click the refresh button. Well, then again, you can't hear what I'm saying then, can you? But, yeah, just clicking the refresh button should be able to fix it. Do you think they would add a hard mode for dungeons or a hard arena mode? They actually did add a custom arena mode in the past. It was called Epic Arena. They only ever ran it once, and it only lasted for like a couple weeks. They said that they would consider doing other like little event like that in the future, but they never did another one ever again, which is kind of disappointing. But yeah, they actually have done something kind of like that for arena before, but they stopped. They never did it. They did it once and then never again. So we know they have the capacity to do it. They just don't. But yeah, I don't know why. As far as hard mode dungeons, I highly doubt that. With all the newer game modes, those basically are hard mode dungeons, essentially. Right, we'll just throw that in there, and that'll be the kill. And then everything just goes down, take the final blow, and there we go. And overkill it by a couple hundred damage, just in case, you never know. Because why not? Revenge battle. Wait, I am too nice for what? You should do that too. Hype everyone to get 200 viewers and then say something awful. No, I would never do that. Though I probably should hype up the Patreon. My Patreon page. I think I am going to revamp it soon just to try to get more traction to it. Because the money from it definitely ends up helping out a lot. But I never really did a whole announcement. I never even made a video on it. I just kind of launched it one day and was like, hey, if anyone wants to go and support the channel, here it is. But yeah, I do need to go and like completely overhaul that entire page. Maybe finally do a video for it and stuff like that. It's been something I've been meaning to get around to, just haven't really ever done it. There's also a new integration through YouTube that I tried doing like 2 years ago, but at the time it was ridiculously hard to set up, and unless YouTube specifically contacted you, you weren't really able to do it. And I ended up finding out that wall, but then they ended up revamping it about a year ago, and I never actually tried setting it back up again since they did that. I believe it's like ridiculously easy to set up now. Before you had to go through like some kind of ridiculously large process, and even then they probably wouldn't even accept it. And now it's like you click a few buttons and it's already set up. But it's basically like what a Twitch partnership is, except YouTube's version of it. YouTube actually pays out a lot more than what the Twitch one does, though. It's only $4 a month instead of $5, and I get like 95% of the money, whereas with Twitch you only get about 50% of the money. Hello, Bass, welcome, and hello, Spooks. And hello, Exos. I'm not saying hello to everyone today. Missing all the peoples. Using the team you're using right now, you were able to clear a pet rescue in 12 minutes. Yeah, it can go pretty quick. I think I was doing it more towards about 10 to 8 to 5 or so, though. But it could just be because of higher stats. It can also be based on luck, too. Once you get it going, it pretty much wins automatically. So it could depend on how much time it takes to get it going. But I do recall having 5 minutes left for a pet and still getting it done. And this was the team I was using at the time. It wasn't with the Mercy team. I think on average it's more towards 8 to 10 minutes, though. But the time difference could easily just be because of the stat discrepancy. Because we have what is currently max stats within the game. It is impossible to have anything higher than ours, other than pet bonuses. But this team doesn't have any pet bonus. Oh, actually, it does, but the one that it would have, or the two that it would have, don't exist. This is currently getting a bonus from 2 Kiziel and 2 Drakzoom, but neither of those currently have a pet, so that's irrelevant. What do we need here? Neither of them have alignment, so let's clear the board. And then just kill it out into the explosion. And that should be match. And there we go. But yeah, having a higher attack definitely helps out a lot, that's for sure. What is our attack value these days? Like our actual bonus for it. I think it's plus 12, right? Let's see. Yeah, plus 12 plus 3. So we're at 15 additional attack right now. Plus our ascension and everything. That is quite a decent amount of attack. Yeah, everything we have is 15 additional attack. You can really see it when you're on a Dwarven Gate, actually. Because if I'm not mistaken, all of his attack is actually from that bonus. So if we go to Dwarven Gate, we can see that... Oh, his 10% is giving him 17. But yeah, we can see that he has 15 attack. The other 2 is coming from the 10%. When are we getting Gnome Event? Next Friday. Next Friday is going to be the Gnome Event. And the Friday after that's going to be new Mythic. This Friday, there's nothing. Next Friday is Gnome Event, and the following Friday is new Mythic. And a new Mythic has potential. It can double kill enemies. It's actually going to be particularly good later on in the game because it's capable of double shotting with other single shots that don't instant kill. So things that tend to be considered useless because they aren't able to clean up a kill in one shot will actually be good for the first time ever in late game. Because you can use it to lower down a enemy into a few dozen HP, like 10, 20, 30 or something, and then clean it up with this new Mythic that's coming out, and then it will end up automatically killing the other troop. It's actually has a lot of potential, the new Mythic coming out. Not sure if it's going to be one of the better troops in the game, because if I'm not mistaken, it actually ends its turn after each cast. But it does have a potential to do some really easy cleanups of double kills. I forget what color it is. Might even work with Fair Shra. Do like a Fair Shra poke into it. Though then again, Fair Shra kind of automatically already has enough damage to one shot. So that might be a little redundant. Because it would work best, surprisingly, with things that don't one shot. It would specifically need to be with things that don't one shot. Like things that almost one shot, but are just a very small amount short of doing so. Which is almost everything this late in the game. Ideally one that would also extra turn, though very few of them do have that capability. Board. Why are you so bad? I guess we'll go for this, because I believe we cascade it. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just go for the explosion. And that'll be a match. And dead. And we'll throw this in there, because why not? And overkill. New troops are a bit broken. Oh yeah, for sure. Particularly the Doomskull guy. I really wish I could test that on a lower account. I can get it on my lower account. I have the keys for it. The problem is I don't have the trait stones for it. Nor do I have Orb of Ascensions to be able to get it. I can get it to 2 traits, but the main one that matters is his final trait, of course. His first 2 traits are pretty horrible. It's only his last trait where he gets all of his value from. Hello, Greedin! Hello, Hig, and hello, Sean. Welcome. If anyone has anything you want me to go over, just let me know. Otherwise, a good majority of this stream will pretty much just be farming PvP and giving out some redeem codes here or there. Actually, next redeem code we'll give out when we find a pet gnome or a treasure gnome. We already found one treasure gnome, but we'll give out the next one when we find either the 2. Right now, we're technically trying to find a pet gnome, but treasure gnome will work as well, I guess. We'll go and, do we not have alignment? Yes, we do. Right on the greens. Get that down. Go get all of our mana that we need. Go clear out the explosion for everything. And we'll be good to go. Can you use the orb on his second trait and then just 4 arcanes for the third? No. My account, or my Let's Play account currently only has 2 brown-red arcanes. So that wouldn't work. Also, I don't think I would have enough runics for it if I did it that way. I have enough runics for the first one, not for the second one. I could, of course, grind it if I really wanted to. But it takes a long time to grind arcanes on that low of level of account. On this high of a level, it would take me like 1 to 2 hours, actually more towards 2 hours, to fully trait Legend, even if I had no trait stones at all. But on that low of a level of account, it would take like 5 hours or so, just because the win rate is so much slower compared to what you could do this late into the game. Let's see. We'll take that, and then we'll kill it off that. And that clears the entire board. several times over. Yeah, the biggest issue with Doomstorm is mainly because it's, it essentially what every storm does is it increases the amount to basically, there's a normal amount that every single thing comes into the board, basically about 1 in 7. But then it increases that amount by some amount. The problem is there is a, Doom Skulls come into the board with a 10% chance replacing every skull, but they have a 0% chance of just coming out naturally. They only come out if they're replacing a skull. Though what seems to be occurring when there's a Doomstorm is, since everything has like this 1 in 7 chance, it seems to be getting about the same rate that all these other gems are coming down at, plus the extra % of whatever Storm does. And this is just increasing it from 0% chance all the way up to basically what the normal rate of a Storm is. And on top of that, Skulls still exist, and Doomstorms are still existing from the Skulls. So you're still getting the extra 10% coming in through Skulls coming onto the board, plus you're still getting every Skull naturally coming onto the board. So you're getting, yeah, more than what you would be getting from a normal Storm by a very, very large margin. Because there's two things that can match together, plus there's the Doom Skull being increased by like 110% or something. I mean, what am I saying, 110%? 100 and 1,100% is about how much it's being increased by. Because normally it would only be about a 10% rate on the 1 in 7 skulls, but then it goes up to the normal rate of a color during a storm, plus the skulls, plus the 10% off of Doom Skulls. But yeah, they'll do something to rebalance it in the future. That's the only one that really seems way out there. Glaceon does seem a little bit too strong too, but I could see this being completely kept as is. It's mainly his Doomstorm that I feel like would need the biggest change out of everything. And the only thing they really need to do for that is either make it so skulls cannot occur when you have a Doomstorm active, or just completely tone down how many Doom Skulls actually get created off of Doomstorm. Let's see. We'll go grab this. Actually, probably should have taken that for yellow. Because now... Oh, no, it'll be fine. We'll just go grab that. We'll clear out enough board. Or not, never mind. What's plan B? I guess we just Gorgultha him. Gorgultha the Gorgultha. That's not enough damage, though. And I guess we'll get Apothecary in there. Double check everything where we have it. Throw it on the purples. Get that down. Get that for alignment. And should be able to just plow everything down from there. Yeah, we'll go for that. Why not? Get our perp brown that we need. Get all that together. Throw that in there. If it will click, please. And that's match. There we go. Yeah, the redeem codes are really, really nice if you're like below level 200, 300 and such. We'll go into that. I wish there was a level cap on them. That's not something they could actually implement though. Like putting a level cap so that like everyone over like a certain level range wouldn't be able to claim it. Asked them about that in the past, they said no. Which is to be expected. That seems like it would take a lot of work to do. But yeah, maybe I'll ask them again at some point. Of course, redeem codes are by no means a priority of theirs. We'll go take that down. It's also why console hasn't had redeem codes. They tried it like twice to get redeem codes on console, then they just gave up because, of course, it's not that big a priority to get it done. They don't really gain much of a benefit from doing so. You want to see the event key opening? For what? On the other account? We will be doing it. I'll probably be doing it as its own little separate video. I'm not sure. I'm doing a video for it regardless. I don't know if I'm doing the specific keys on a video or if we're just going to do it on stream later. Not sure yet. But what I was planning on doing was opening up a bunch of keys. And if I was to do it as a video, basically just open up a bunch of keys and then create some early game teams based on whatever we get as drops. And of course that would mainly be focused around the New Kingdom, as that would be a good majority of our drops. But I was just going to do whatever we happen to have gotten. Kind of like a random troop challenge, except with a lot more things to choose from, but with a lot less stats and traits to use. It's not really a concept I've done yet for the other account, so I figured I'd give it a shot to see what would happen. The only problem with that would be I could only do the video once, because if I fail at any point in commentary or anything like that, it wouldn't be able to reset, because we only have a set amount of keys. Is there a way to make it the same effect without Glaceon? If you could, what would you add? What do you mean by that? Like Doomstorm, or wait? I don't know what you mean by that question. Is there a way to make the same effect without the Glaceon if you want... Oh, basically what I'm doing right now? Yeah, you basically just use a skull spam King Bloodhammer team. So you just put mana generators and skull spammers onto your entire team. Forest Guardian plus Divine Ishbala is a pretty nice combo for that. Though really you could use any skull spammer or double converter or anything like that. Yeah, pretty much anything that does that role will be able to work with this team. Really just depends what you have to synergize with it. But all the double converters that do mana generation plus skull spam are particularly noteworthy to use with them. Because a good majority of what our damage that we're actually doing isn't necessarily from the Glaceon, it's more so from the Doomstorm once we finally get a kill. As you can see there, that's all the Doomstorm that just occurred right there. Literally all of that. That was no casting, that was just all Doomstorm. And so was that follow-up. But yeah, as long as you keep clearing out the board, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. Even if it's just Gorgolfa for explosions, Goblins for extra turn spam, or anything else for skull spam / mana generation. As long as you're clearing out the board constantly, it works with King Bloodhammer. Your thoughts on a team if you use Mercy, Ishbala, and Furnace, and a purposely not last trait KB Hammer? Wait, what? Or should you trait it and more in Furnace to the back to keep the Firestorm for loop? Wait, KB Hammer? Are you talking about this guy? Yeah, King Bloodhammer. I have never seen anyone abbreviate it like that. I've seen KBH and stuff. Never seen anyone call him KB Hammer, though. Interesting. Anyways, let me reread that then, now that I know what you're referring to. Let's see. Mercy, Divine Ishbala, and Furnace. And purposely not traded King Bloodhammer, or should you trade it and move in Furnace to the back? You should definitely trade your Bloodhammer. It's arguably the best trait in the entire game right now. Of course, it can backfire heavily, but assuming it doesn't, it speeds up battles by a lot. Should you reorder it, though? No, order would pretty much be fine. Mercy, Ishbala, and Furnace, and Bloodhammer in the back. That is already the correct order. It is going to die a little quick to skulls, but it should still be fine. You have Mercy to go heal a little bit higher. Plus, as long as you get the alignment, you won't really have any backlash for the most part. Alright, well, let's go move that over. See if we have Apothecary. I should have just gotten rid of the browns. I was going to clear the board anyways. Should have taken those greens too. Even though I already had the mana just to clear out more of the board. Speak about taking greens, we'll go grab that. Get all the greens right there. See if we have this down. Yes, we do have alignment. So grab that. And that should be match. And we do have it, so that's match. And now it just goes down instantly to the Storm. And there we go. Don't even need attack buff. Your attack value means basically nothing. We can have 0 attack, or we could have 100 attack. It's going to function almost the exact same way. Of course, 100 attack would be better, but... it's most of the damage is coming from the Doom Skulls when you're using Doom Skull teams. Unless you're specifically using a Skull spam Doom Skull team, then I guess attack value matters a little bit more, but if it's specifically just Doom Skull spam like what we're using right now, almost all the damage is from just simply Doom Skulls. Yeah, this was my biggest fear when I kept saying that Doom Skulls would probably be too overpowered. Because there's a big difference between Doom Skulls and, even though it's the exact same thing, there's a big difference between Doom Skulls and Gems of War compared to their previous game of Puzzle Quest. Mainly because it was a lot harder to spam them in Puzzle Quest compared to Gems of War, because of cooldowns on abilities and stuff like that. Whereas Gems of War essentially has no cooldown on anything, and you could easily just get all the mana you need, keep getting cascades. There's a lot more board control in Gems of War as well. There's a lot more options too. Puzzle Quest only had... Puzzle Quest 1, which I believe had more abilities surprisingly than Puzzle Quest 2, I believe had around 200 abilities, I want to say. Whereas, of course, Gems of War has upwards of 500. Not only is there over 500 troops, but there's... Oh, wait, have we hit 500 troops? Yeah, somewhere around there. But we also have, like, a couple hundred weapons, which, yeah, combined together, there's a lot of options out there. It's somewhere around 700 different abilities, which is obviously a lot. And most of them are way better at board control than what Puzzle Quest ever had. Oh no, we could actually lose this. I mentioned that earlier too. If we're going to lose to anything, we're going to lose to mana drain. Due to not getting our skull spam off efficiently enough. So we don't have any Doomstorm left to use. I want to make sure I don't accidentally give him something, so we'll go take that over. Oh, or we'll just randomly get something ourselves. That works too. But okay, we just redid the Doomstorm off of that. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing though. Let's see. We'll go move that over, and just need a little more mana. Grab that. And that's not an extra turn. So we'll take that down. And that doesn't give us anything if we cast now. I guess we'll just take this and see where things go. Ooh, there we go. Nice. We'll grab that. And come on, we just need one more. We'll do this little chain reaction. A big chain reaction, actually. Even into an extra turn. And that's match. We'll just go throw that in there. And dead. Overkill. By 100 or 200 damage. Won't be as good without Glaceon and King. Yeah, they are pretty much the two biggest things that are contributing to Doomskulls. Doomskulls in general would be pretty bad if those two troops didn't exist in the game, which is why no one was using Doomskulls prior. Closest you can really get is using Courage or Justice to go use Doomskulls, but it's not the same as the two newer guys. But yeah, it's mainly those two troops that are doing a good majority of the problem. Because they are both ridiculously strong. And they're still an event key drop table. Not sure of when they're nerfing it, though. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and how. But, yeah. Do get them all. You still can, though. It's probably going to be a while before they do nerf it. Oops, why did I not take the extra turn? It's probably going to be a good month or so. Probably even next patch until they do so. Because they'll likely want to address all of them at once. And he'll take some purple, but all we need to do now is just get Apothecary down. On that yellow, and that's match. We just go into everything else, and we're good to go. So we get that. That gives us the mana we need. Even though Gorgolfo technically doesn't do any damage directly, he does quite a bit of damage just off of his explosion. That we'll be able to do. If we even need to do it, never mind. Might not even need it. Alignment. Please tell me we have it. No. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. You know what? I'm still doing it. Oh, wrong one. Fail. That is not who I meant to cast. I meant to cast the other guy. That is about the 10th time I've done that now. Casting one when I meant to cast the other. Well then, that was a fail. Not that big a deal though. We still easily win. And down he goes. But that could have won even quicker if we would have done the correct cast, which would have been to cast the other one. That wouldn't have just given him whole board. Did he get all the pets? No, we're still 33 out of 36 pets. We're pretty close, but I keep getting repeat pets. Hopefully we'll get a new one during the stream. Haven't found a single pet gnome yet. We've been on for 30 minutes. Still haven't found one, nor has anyone in my guild found one. But hopefully we'll get at least one new one to stream. Pretty unlikely. I keep getting the same ones over and over and over again, it feels like. I did get another Mimic last night, though, which was kind of nice. We ended up finally finding another Mimic. We're still a decent amount away before we get it maxed out, but 1% gold. That saves us basically 1 hour every 150 hours of playing the game. So it basically saves us 1 hour every month. And of course, that might not seem like much, but hey, that's 1 hour every month, pretty much. So it adds up over time. Even though 1% wouldn't seem like much, at least compared to what most of the pets do. A 1% gold increase is actually gigantic compared to basically every other pet in the game. Of course, it's still pretty small in general, but it's at least better than the other options. Have you done Red Guild War Day yet? No, we do that for the nightly streams every single time. As far as what I'm using, I'm probably going to try the Dragon team again. I'm not quite sure. I forgot what my standard red team is. I should probably revamp it. We could put King Bloodhammer on it. So I might do some kind of weird King Bloodhammer team for it. Not fully certain yet. Maybe we'll go test a couple things to use with it. I believe I had a suggestion for it earlier, though. I completely forget what it was off the top of my head. But we could easily build something off of Bloodhammer. I haven't tried yet, though, but it wouldn't be that hard to throw something together. Maybe with, like, Infernus and stuff. Well, maybe not Infernus, I don't know. Well, it depends what we're doing for the rest of the team. Okay, we'll just go for that. Not the best of things to do it on. But we should have follow-up, so it should be fine. As long as he doesn't kill us right now. We also didn't kill one of his, which is actually good right now, because he doesn't have a Doomstorm to use. If he did, we'd already be dead right now. Also, what's with us getting decimated by goblin teams lately? Same thing happened the other day. Okay. What do we have for board? This is why you don't give it the board. I always like trying to chance it, but probably shouldn't. We'll go for that. That doesn't actually kill, which is a good thing. Glaceon, don't you dare die. We need you. No, Glaceon! Come back! We need you. Okay, backup plans. Take the red. Take the red. And, ideally Apothecary, but we have no Apothecary to go cast. Oh, this is gonna come really close. As long as he doesn't kill us right now, we should be okay. Okay, we should be fine. So we go through Apothecary. This needs to go into alignment. And no, it does not. I guess I take one single Skull Poke. And hope he doesn't kill us with all 4 of his abilities somehow. That is not gonna happen. We are dead. That'd be over. Yeah. Oh, never mind. We're still alive. Except we have no alignment, so we're not actually not. We'll go take that over. No alignment. Come on, we can't even get a single 3. How do we do this? There's no way to win. I guess we take just a bunch of Cascades and hope something happens. Nope, nothing happens. And that's it. Nope, not today. First to lose to the stream. Oh well. On to the next one. Oh yeah, never mind. I meant to go test the Guild War thing for Red Guild War. But yeah, I should go throw something together. I'm pretty sure we'll go do something with the Doom Hammer, might as well. Or Blood Hammer. It's the first time we can use them in Guild Wars, so might as well at least attempt to see what we can do out of it. Even if it doesn't go over that well for Guild War Day. Might as well do it just to see. Not to mention there's a chance he could be nerfed by the time next Guild War comes around. Probably not, but it is possible. So might as well do it while we can. Let's see. We'll go and I'll get a Gorgolfa down. And that's just match from there. Auto win as soon as we get the kill. Just go grab that. Come on, board. Stop being so bad. Guess we'll get a Apothecary. I mean, a Gorgolfa down, clear out the board, and that's match. Wow, you don't even need to cast Doomskulls. You just go kill one thing, and his ability just takes down everything. The second you do it, don't even need to cast them. You just leave them there, and that's it. Okay. Now let me clear this out one more time, and then we'll go do the thing. Oh yeah, what's the bonus for the guy this week? Why haven't I been using it? Oh, because it's souls. Also, it's only available in Explorer. That's why I haven't been using it. That would explain why. It's useless souls, plus it's only in Explorer. So you can't actually get the bonus from PvP. Quite unfortunate. We'll go grab our defend rewards. And, wow, we're actually getting quite a bit of glory stacked up. Didn't even realize how big it's starting to get. Over 500,000. I highly doubt we're ever going to reach 1 million. I'm almost guarantee we're going to be throwing down all my glory before we actually reach 1 million, unfortunately. But, yeah, at least it's a decently high number. Anyways, let me go do a red Guild War thingy. Oh, never mind, I forgot. We need to go clear our revenge. After we clear our revenge, we'll go do a red Guild War team. Hello, Donovan. I'm doing pretty good today. Pretty standard day, though. It was actually raining last night. It was kind of odd. It was, like, so really nice, and then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, rain. But right now, it's actually a really nice day. Actually, probably going to head out when, after the stream, go for a walk or something. Seems like a good day to do so. I think I'm going to get a haircut today, too. Might as well. Also, Salty needed me to take pictures of myself for something that she needs as well. So I'll probably be doing that later today as well. I think I'll take half of them before the haircut and half of them after and see which one she likes. But yeah, she needed my screenshot for something. But I actually don't have any images of myself, so I need to go and actually take them. Because, yeah, I just never have images of myself. I pretty much never take images. I'm not a huge fan of taking pictures. Whatever I want to see, I'd rather just be there in the moment enjoying it rather than taking a picture of it. Let's see. I'll go take that down. I have literally 0 images of my face. I actually have more images of my character than I have of myself on my computer, which is pretty sad. We'll go and clear out the entire board. And dead, kind of. He has that auto-revive thing. I'll go kill that out. And there we go. Wow, that's overkill. And on to the next one. Let me go use a red team finally. So today is Red Guild War Day, right? That is not what you check for that. Guild Wars. And yes, today's... Oh, duh. Red Guild War Day. I always set my shirt in the morning just so I know. And then I never look at it. It's because I have the camera going. If I put it lower... There we go. We have red shirts. Let's see. We'll put it like right there. Now we can see the red shirt. Anyways, yeah, it's Red Day today. Actually, we're currently winning. How are the battle ratios? We've done slightly more battles, but overall, even if they did their final battles, that's at most only 9,000 more, which still puts us a few thousand ahead. So, we're still one below where we need to be, but I believe it's because we haven't done all of our battles. I believe we've done all of them. We'll be, I think we're actually first right now. We were in first earlier when we had all of our battles. As long as we make top 2, that's the main thing that matters. Getting first place or second place will bring us back to bracket 2, which is where we should be staying. The only reason we even fell down was we had 2 people away the previous week when we actually got down, or 3 weeks ago, I should say, which really hindered our points. And some people weren't doing as good on that week as well, and just all factors combined, it finally made it, so we went down to bracket 3 for the first time ever. But yeah, we should be back in bracket 2. Bracket 3 is pretty easy, I do have to say, compared to bracket 2 and bracket 1, especially compared to bracket 1. Bracket 1, just the entire guild just running whatever the most meta team is for every single day. Pretty much. And they're all max stats, and most of the guilds do level 5 all things as well to get even more stats. Whereas my guild only does 3 on all of them. And quite a few other guilds in these lower brackets don't upgrade it as much either. Let's see, you know, use Knight Coronet, Azura, Ice Goblin, and Draculus. Doesn't sound too bad for Blue Guild War Invades today. It worked well, but it still would be good in late game. Something about the Knight Coronet I'd probably replace out, but other than that, yeah, it'd pretty much work in late game. I'd be slightly hesitant to use the whole Azura Draculus combo, though, mainly because the way that damage is scored in Guild Wars is you need to do more damage than the enemy. And if I'm not mistaken, stat reduction does not count as damage, and true damage technically only counts as half damage. It doesn't actually count as half damage, but of course if you kill something with true damage and you only did 50 damage to it compared to killing something with physical damage and doing 100 damage, you'd be getting twice as many points for doing the physical damage than you would for doing the true damage. So lately I've been, pretty much ever since they changed the scoring system, I've been trying to avoid using true damage in Guild Wars. It does work earlier in the game because you're dealing with lower values, and with boost ratios and just general damage in general, you get to kill quicker with true damage, and it's kind of worth it at a lower level range. But this late in the game, I would not really advise using true damage for Guild Wars, unless they ever add a extra turn true damage capability, because almost every true damage as well, except for like Azura at a 1 in 4 chance and a few other like niche instances that aren't really that good, almost all of the true damage ends their turn after they do it. Marilith and Azura are about one of the only few that don't. Is there a reason why Goblin King is scarce on Goblin teams? Because he's the only Goblin in the game that doesn't automatically gain an extra turn? That's pretty much the whole reason why he's not really used. His traits are also awful, and everything related to him is basically just him gaining more HP, which isn't helpful at all. The only good thing about him is his summon and his board control, but he isn't worth using just for those 2 aspects in most situations. But yeah, basically he's never ran on Goblin teams. He doesn't really fit within the whole Goblin kind of composition. You'd be much better having another troop that can control the board, that automatically has an extra turn, than using him due to his lack of extra turn. He can still really easily land extra turns with goblins. It's just it's not automatic. And nothing off his ability spam is worth it. All he does is just keep gaining HP. So there's no point in spamming it. And it's not even for your entire team. If it was something like how Grapplepod is, where it does it for your entire team, then it'd be worth it, where she does a heal every single time you extra turn. But it's not worth it, the fact that he doesn't. How do you get so much glory? It's been saved for almost like 2 years now. I've been saving that glory for a very, very long time. I still spend some of it here and there, but I've been saving it for 10-star kingdoms for quite a while now. Pretty much since we knew 10-star kingdoms would eventually exist is how long I've pretty much been saving glory. I've also been saving seals pretty much since they speculated on changing the drop rate or drop table for these keys, which they still haven't done yet. They said last summer They would do it in a couple months, and it's been like 9 months now, almost a year at this point. And I'm still saving them until they confirm otherwise. But we will have to throw this down soon due to lacking all the other keys. Our glory key is finally almost at 0. Next kingdom that comes out, it will be 0 unless we get ultra lucky. So, that or if we get really ultra lucky and get like 1,000 gem keys stacked up by then. But that's pretty unlikely because mythics burn through a lot of them unless we get them at a decent rate. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that glory is just accumulated over a long period of time. I don't happen to gain a lot of glory. There's plenty of people that gain way more glory than me per week, that is for sure. We just happen to have been saving it forever. Can we stop getting revenge battles and easy battles so I could finally go do a team? I don't like trying new teams on revenge battles just because we're risking a lot of gold and glory. And I don't like doing new teams on easy battles because that doesn't give any representation on if it works or not. And we're basically just wasting our time with a slower team, or what is most likely a slower team. So hopefully we'll finally get a battle that we go use this thing on. We'll go move that over. Yes, I do know the way. That meme. That is so, like, 3 months ago. Let's see. We'll go and throw down the other thing. Get that down. And just clear it out. That'll be a match. Is there a reason your Guild War teams won't save? Yes, there is. There's a really weird way that you have to do it. I had the same problem when it first came out until someone told me during the stream, and I was like, oh, facepalm. But, yeah, let me go show it in a second. There's a certain way that you have to save the team. It's kind of weird because it doesn't describe it anywhere on the page. But, yeah, there's a certain way you have to save it. And if the way I show you doesn't work, then, yeah, that's a problem. But if it does, then it's probably because you're doing the wrong method for it. I did the same thing when it first came out. Or when the new format for it first came out. What do we do? I guess we'll just take that Doom Skull over. And then we'll finally go see what we can do for a red Doom Skull. I mean, a red Doom Bloodhammer team. Keep wanting to call him like Doom something, but he doesn't have Doom in his name. Even though he's the main Doom Skull creator. Oh, come on, another revenge. Well, apparently we're never going to get around to that red team. We will eventually. Anyways, what was I about to go do? Oh, yes. To go change your, or save your team in Guild Wars, go to Guild Wars, go to Guild Wars, go over to Defends. And you do not want to do it by... Wait, why am I... Oh, yeah, duh, you can't do it on this. But yeah, you don't want to do it by, let's say, going under a team. So let's say we're doing, let's say we're wanting to go switch this team. If you were to go and try, oh wait, never mind, what am I doing? That's the correct way of changing it. Oops, I'm just trying to not do it the incorrect way. Fail. But yeah, the way that you shouldn't change your team is click edit team and then change it. Do not do this. If you do it this way, it will not actually save your team. So if you go click this slot and then go put in like 4 troops here, it will not save it properly. But the proper way of doing it is to click on this little drop-down menu, pre-make a team under the other menu, and then just click on the team that you want. So if you want defend, not the right one. If you want where is our defend team? Defend green. So if we want that team, we just click that, and then boom, and that puts the team right in there, and then it will save. But if you do it and try clicking edit teams, you would assume that would be like the button to click to actually change it. But no, if you do that, it actually won't save it. But if you click on this little drop-down menu, which doesn't even look like a drop-down menu, but if you kind of click and hover over it, it shows a little thing. But if you click on that and then choose your team, then it will save the team properly. But to change that team, you'd have to go and specifically go under your troop menu, and then go change it in this menu, and then go change it to that. So if we wanted to go use this slot as our thing, we just go put our team troops that we want to go put in there, and then we go and set it through the other menu. If you try editing it in the other menu, it will not save for whatever reason. Doesn't seem like that should be a thing, but it is a thing. What's the next Kingdoms event for the raid boss? It's Zacian. It's going to be Zacian for next week. So basically run 4 times goblins. Worst comes to worst, run 4 times goblin rocket. Realistically, run the what's it called? Nobin Brothers, Princess Fizzbang, Queen Grapple Pot with a last slot of either another Fizzbang or the new raid troop that's coming in, either or. And that's pretty much what I'm going to be using. It's actually going to be, I believe, the first week ever in a raid boss where I'm not using Mang. I might try putting Mang in there, I'm not quite sure yet. But I'm actually going to see if we can go without Mang this for once. Just to see what happens. For the entire week. We'll see how far that goes, but... yeah, basically just there's a lot of goblin teams you could build out of it. Should actually be a really easy raid week for the most part. Unless we're up against Freeze. Oh, they better not make it like Glacial Peaks raid or something. That would be the most annoying thing ever if you have to deal with Freeze when you're running goblins. That'll actually determine if next week will be easy or not for raids. Oh, that would be super, super annoying. Also, if the Zugoff has Freeze, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a thing too. They're going to give the Zugoff guy Freeze. One of them does have Freeze. I believe it's the blue one, if I'm not mistaken. They're totally going to do that. I'm calling it now. There will be Freeze in some way, shape, or form. It'll either be the Kingdom or the Zugoff itself. That's going to be super annoying. Nothing in Zhejian goblins have immune to Freeze. The only goblin with immune to Freeze is the... oh, hey, I can finally go do a red team now. But the only goblin with immune to Freeze is from that new kingdom, but it's a Zhejian week, so you won't be able to use him. Okay, let me finally go test the red Guild War team now. Specifically using the new guy. So, yeah, let's go do that. King Bloodhammer. Okay, so let's see what we have for red options. Let's just go and peek at them and go from there. Always like getting a nice refresher. Alchemist I can't use due to color overlap. Bonnie Rose could have potential, but probably not worth it. That's only for blues, so not worth it. Dark Maiden for mana generator could probably be fine. Not worth... oh, you know what? Could be worth it. He creates a bunch of blues. You know what? Let's get a deckhand in there. There's actually potential with him into Bloodhammer. Let's see. Don't you have a +1 too? No. Oh, we need to go manually give you a +1. Firebombs is not a good idea. Ultima Grim is a good idea, but it doesn't work in the context of this team. We could go get the Goblin Rocket in here for board control. Should we go budget? I might go budget. We might as well. Let's see what happens if we do this. Who should I first slot? Oh, but there's a problem. We have Dark Maiden denying out that color. It'd be better if we did a red, purple. Should be plenty under red, purple. Let's see. Well, there's Infernus, obviously. Ultima Grim. Sakima, due to the, skulls that it creates. It also creates yellow. Oh, but it transforms blue. Never mind, I forgot. That's not good. Dragon Soul for board clear and to chain react to the other things. Could go with a standard summoner. Could go with a weird wisp, though I don't think that would be too useful. Almost feel like Dragon Soul would be the most useful out of that. Really wish there was a really cheap, but I'd rather just go Infernus at that point. Really wish there was like a cheaper, way to get around that. Like an explosion to the board. Nothing other than Firebomb does it cheaply under red. I don't think there is. Or actually red purple specifically. Could always put a Queen Titania there too, but it feels weird using Fairy Fire with Doom Skulls. That doesn't really synergize that well. Nekriza does Skull Storm, so I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Dragon Soul first slot, actually. Just so, not necessarily to use him as mana generation for first slot, but because he has a 50% chance to summon something in case it does go down. So yeah, we'll give this a shot, see what happens. Deckhand, Bloodhammer, Dark Maiden. I should put the Dark Maiden in front of the deckhand because we need that synergy. And yeah, we'll give the +1 to our... Actually, if we're not going yellow, we might as well just go all in Dragon Soul and just go Dragon Soul Banner and feed everything mana that way. And don't give a +1 to anything. Well, Dark Maiden technically already has her +1. I wish Deckhand had it too. He could be a lot better if they actually gave him... he'd probably be used a lot if they replaced like Warder Heart with Warder Link or something. He'd go from being almost not used at all to pretty decent troop. Oh, there's only one other slight issue with Deckhand. He denies out purple, which is going to get in the way of our Dragon Soul and the fact of our banner, but we'll still give it a shot, see what happens. It's actually really budget too. Well, not so much. I don't know. It's 2 legends, 2 rares. Because it's kind of budget. Mid-range. We'll go take that. And you don't necessarily need to have a Dragon Soul there. The only thing that this team is really composed around is specifically the Bloodhammer. But we'll try this. We'll go with something more expensive in a second. but I do want to try this initially. So we'll do this in the Bloodhammer. And we already have alignment. We do end our turn because we're frozen. Of all the things for him to freeze us on, the one that's actually useful for him. So we'll take that. Hopefully we don't lose Dragon Soul. We didn't actually get a kill yet, so that's actually good because we didn't trigger a storm. He just dodges that. And now we just need to get one heavy hit in. And really need some cleanses here. We're frozen on red. We're frozen on pretty much everything we need. So a purple surge would work nicely. Or double red. Even just brown surge, I guess, at this point. And then just do that into converting into blue and go from there. Of course, it doesn't surge. Well then. No browns we could take. I guess I could take it from a Dark Maiden and do it that way. And then just hope we have alignment the following turn. This also keep our Dragon Soul alive. Yeah, this team might be too clunky for it. Though we'll have to try it against not Freeze and see how it works. Because Freeze is definitely not a good example of how a loop team works. That's for sure. Almost every loop team fails against Freeze. Unless it has immune to it. Specifically. So we need this purple surge, I guess. Clear out the board if we don't have anything, which we don't. So we'll go do that. He'll hit us some. He does not get any follow-up. Should get our kill from this too. Which could either be good or bad. We'll find out in 1 second. Do we have alignment off that? No. So please do something good. Nope, it backfires. Well then. Wow. Okay, well, we'll go do that. I think we still win, but barely. Nope, we don't even win. Fail! Okay, plan B is not that. Let's go build some better tanks into this team. Well then. Okay, drawing board. The deckhand will not work. He is still useless. That has not changed. Well, it was worth a shot. I guess we'll go the Skull Spammer out. So with that being said, let's go and, you know what? Anointed One's actually pretty tempting. Green to red. Gives us the red generation we need to get our team up. One of the few things that can actually generate red that is a red. Could even just go the Courage route too and go put that in there, though. We'd have to get a really, really quick start for that to be worth it. Crimson Bat won't be worth it because we're not going to bother run. Oh, you know what? Oh. Didn't think about that. Actually, it might be worth it. And then use the support thing. Let's see. Where's... what's his name? I forget what the easier way of finding Def. Where's Def? I know you're in here. Where it is? There it is. Go get that, go get that. And is there a mythic that covers the last of the colors that we could do for mana generation? Probably not. We need a green, yellow, red. Oops, a filter. Oh, there is World Break. Oh, that's too much of a mana cost to work. That is way too high of a mana cost. I'd rather put a Dark Maiden there before even bothering. So that's exactly what we're actually going to do. Alright, we'll go the Dark Maiden route again. This one's also going to be pretty flimsy, but let's see what it does against a not freeze. Okay, let's go give this a shot. Banner is... we already had the +1 for that, so I guess just a double red is fine. Even double brown just to get him up quicker. I almost feel like using High Forge on it. We could do that route too, go the High Forge route with him. We could even use Deep Bore to mana generate for him. We can go Deep Bore or something, High Forge, Bloodhammer. I mean, King Bloodhammer, High Forge. Okay, this guy has no freeze, but he has a lot of tankiness. But yeah, we could do a partial Goblin High Forge team. For Red Day. I mean, partial Goblin. I mean, partial Dwarf. Well, let's go take this green. That'll give us the full mana, and then we'll go convert something into something we need. Purple wouldn't work. Blue would, but we don't actually need that mana. The whole reason for this combo is specifically so we get skulls. Ideally, I need this to be converted onto brown, but there's no good alignment for that, so I'm just going to take that skull. He doesn't even take the skull for himself. We'll just go move that over. Yeah, I need to hit this on red or brown, mainly. And we have it on brown, so that's match. So we'll do that. And now all we need is alignment, which we actually don't have any easy way of setting it. I might need to go get the Goblin Rocket with them. I think we might just go a Goblin Rocket version with them, to be honest. I really love the board control that it had with his convert. Works particularly well with Glaceon too, though of course we can't do that for a Guild War Day. But yeah, it has a lot of potential. Trying to figure out a way to move this that we'd actually get a skull thing out of it, but there's no way to do so, from what I could tell. We'll go take that. Still no extra turn, which is bad, but we'll just take that skull, I guess. Hit him for a little bit of damage. And yeah, still no way of doing it. Once we do, he pretty much just drops. Problem is, prior to that, he will not. So we'll need to keep poking around. I guess we'll just take that red. And still no alignments. We'll throw a Crimson Bat down just to make sure we can true damage everything immediately. Yeah, we'll go the Goblin Rocket route next. Then we'll go the Dwarf route. See what that does. Still no alignment, or that's worth going for. So I guess we'll just take a yellow, and that will actually set it up if he doesn't ruin it. And that's match. That should overkill. And then we just get the Storm and everything else. Oh, but we don't have a clear. We totally need an Exploder. Keep forgetting how like necessary it is to have an Exploder on these things when you're using Doom Skulls. Makes such a difference. Even if it's not that good of an Exploder, just even one explosion is enough to trigger it all. Oh, there we go. That took way too long to get started, though. It wouldn't be viable enough. So let's go do the Goblin Rocket route next. Actually, I guess we could combine both of them together and do a Goblin Rocket Dwarf route. So we'll go Goblin Rocket, High Forge, and Deep Borer. Alright, let's see what happens with this. Deep Borer, Goblin Rocket, King, King. Double King. Hey, we should build an all-King team. No, not for Guild War Day. But that would be pretty funny. Well, we need yellow. And that's about it. So let's just go into a +1 yellow, +1 red, I guess. Actually, oh, never mind, we use brown. What's minus green and minus purple banners that give a lot of yellow? That's exactly what we need. Perfect. +2 yellow, +1 red as a total, +2 yellow, +2 red for our total team. Because we have the +1 off of the red off the Goblin Rocket. Okay, so we'll take the browns, grab that, take the blue, that's Deep Borer, throw this down on the left side since there's no brown there. Ideally, we'll actually turn, and we did. Ideally, we'd Bloodhammer here, but we don't have it, so we'll go get yellows and reds and other manas to go fill them. Aw, what a cascade. Okay, he'll take a skull. Not that big a deal, only getting hit by 1. I could take all this, or I could just take the red. Oh, or we have alignment and we could just win. That works too. So we'll go for that. See what we have for a Goblin Rocket here. Should have something. It's like 1.5 billion things you could do. The problem is there's too many things for him to do. We'll go and do that right there. Take the brown. Oh, but we don't have the alignment for it. Oh, I should have threw a Deep Borer there, actually. Oops. Well, it's not too late, I guess. Also, I forgot. We could actually hit the Doom Skulls, too, with the Deep Borer. And that makes it even easier for him to hit as well. Let's see. I guess we just take that? Yeah, we don't have alignment on the other thing. Oh, I should have taken the other one, though. That's slightly more damage. So, for whatever reason, he doesn't even touch it. And again, we don't have the Goblin Rocket yet. And I can't go out of my way to go take that mana, so we'll just go throw that over. I think this team has potential. But I have to practice it a few times. I did it really bad this time around. But, I think it could work out. I'm actually gonna, do this here. Get our extra turn. The only problem with the Deep Borer is it keeps clearing out the board, making it hard for us to actually have the, have what we need to actually be able to get the Doom Skulls down. And there's no way I could drop all this down here to make it work. There's not enough skulls around. So I'm actually going to hold on both of them. I think we're just going to let him clear out the board. We'll just go double hit him. And see what we can do off of this board. Never mind. Now we have even less to go do on this board. What do we clear? I can't even get Deep Borer to full mana. Okay. Well, this isn't that good. He's actually blocking us quite a bit because we always have to keep taking blue or something to go get him up. Which isn't that convenient. I guess we'll just go for a couple manas over there. Oh, that actually gave us alignment. Oh, that works out. I'll grab that, take the red, and we don't have the mana to do it again, though we could easily go do that with a Deep Borer. So we'll go clear all that out. But yeah, Doom Skulls actually makes it even easier to land with Deep Borer. That's kind of funny. Go right back into that. That was a shakier battle, but it still came through. I guess technically we could replace out Deep Borer. I just really want that to get his mana up, but it feels like it's getting more in the way than it's even helping. Hard to tell. I haven't seen a single pet gnome yet today, no. Nor has anyone in my guild gotten one this morning. But hopefully we find one. The next treasure gnome or pet gnome, we will be giving out a redeem code for some free resources, if we could ever find one. We'll still be giving them out regardless, but hopefully we'll get them sooner if we actually get gnomes. Well, there's no doom skulls here, so we'll just go throw this all the way to the side. Actually, I'm going to throw it to this side just because it could clump over there, which it doesn't, unfortunately. But hopefully we have alignment. We do not. Don't have Goblin Rocket, don't have any of that. He's about to Mercy, though. But I don't have an easy way to stop him. I guess we'll just do that, even though that's taking away blues, but it makes sure he doesn't get Mercy. And he gives us our alignment that we need. Oops, almost threw the wrong one. That would have been a fail. And hopefully we could win from here. We have Goblin Rocket and everything. Should be able to. Biggest issue will be getting that other guy to full mana. Well, we'll be able to manage. So, drops that are worth taking. Or even just an explosion that is worth taking. I guess all the way over here. I was going to say, how did that miss? No, it actually did land. So that gives us our full mana. Biggest issue I'm having here is there's not enough blues on the board to make this team work. It basically comes down to luck if we get alignment. Works a bit better with Glaceon and its other double converts because, well, you have two things to go align. But with this guy, you only have the one, making it a lot harder to actually get on the board in the proper location. Okay, we'll go take the reds down. And we could actually go align that. Oh, we don't have his full mana, though. That's unfortunate. I wanted to go and move that right there so we get the turn, but there's no way to go do that. So we'll go and just do this to the side. That should extra turn. No, it doesn't. And then we can just Goblin Rocket into the convert, and that should be it. Double check if we even have any alignment. And no, I don't believe we do. We need a skull to fall right here. This is going to take away... Oh, never mind. It's not going to work. Because I thought it would explode the other one too. Never mind. Well then. I guess we'll just go and just explode a few of them. Like maybe take this or something. So go grab that. Oh, what am I doing? It has 12 HP. I'm like trying to figure out like this elaborate move as if there's like 10 more turns left. It's at 12 HP. The Goblin Rocket alone killed it. I don't know how I feel about that. Has potential, but I don't feel like it's good enough. Let me just go clear this out real quick. I could do literally anything with it, but we'll just go into this. Okay, we'll go take the green to the purple, get our apothecary up. Too bad we can't use that. That would make it a lot easier. Go take the brown over. Get the thing right down. That gives us full mana. Clear out the board. Get our mana. And Doomskull Poke. And Doomskull Poke. The Doomskull Poke battle. Let's just clear out the board. And down it goes. Yeah, it feels weird seeing a Gorgolfa capable of doing so much damage. But he's like one of the best things you can even use with these. Also, what's with the triple peasant Lancer? That is a very strange team. I've seen this team sometime in the past as well. I don't know why it's being ran. I think it's the same person every time that I have seen in the past. I would expect it to be. I don't think they would be the meta to set 3 peasants in a thing. Seems a bit off. I think people would sooner set 4 fire bombs before they would even think about setting something like that. This seems kind of odd. Also, thank you for the subscribe, Tim and Zero. Much appreciated. If anyone still has any other questions, let me know. We'll make sure to go over them. Right now, we're kind of just messing with red Guild War teams. Just kind of testing out what we could do with Bloodhammer. Obviously not right now, because we're against a easy battle, but when we find real battles, we'll be doing that. And we'll have a couple of redeem codes this stream as well for some free resources for any of you interested. He's gaining so much gold, but he doesn't actually get to keep it. You don't actually, don't bother putting like gold farmer or soul farmers on your defend team. You don't actually get to accumulate the resources they gain, unfortunately. The only resources you get to keep from them is whenever they hit a 7 times cascade, you would normally get a treasure map. If it happens on defend, you would get 1 gem in return. And the other thing that it does is every time you take a manual move, which is just swiping the gems, from the board, there's a chance that you get a gold key. And if the AI gets any gold keys, it'll give it to you. Okay, here's a really real team. If we're going to go throw a red team down, this is probably the greatest time to go and test it, as that's something that could legitimately be thrown for a red day team. So what can we do to revamp this? We need better board control, and we need more blues on the board. Let's get rid of that. I think we keep the Goblin Rocket. We need another different troop other than Deep War, though. That'll work for this. And that's the main issue. So, Anointed One converts out the grain. Is it worth it? Could be. Gives a lot of red. Gives us Goblin Rocket. Problem is he uses blue. Is there a... Well, we can change the banner. Doesn't have to stay like that. Carnex. He's going to lose all of his armor, though, too quickly. And there's no way to feed it back to him. Anointed One isn't worth it. Most of this stuff is too weak. Crimson Bat would probably be too flimsy. We've already kind of tested it. Dark Maiden wouldn't work with Goblin Rocket. Let's see. Def we would only use if we were using it with Crimson Bat. Element Grim we would only use if we were using it with a Dragon team, which is actually what I normally use. Oh, by the way, let me actually go show that. That's what I normally use for Red Day, by the way. Well, not always, but one of my kind of more favorite teams. Also, the I might start using it quite a bit more because there's actually gets even more bonus starting soon. Right now, it's getting these bonuses. As you can see, there's currently not a pet for this one. It's actually coming in next Wednesday. So maybe next Red Guild War Day, I'm actually going to go back to doing this. This one this week, or this one today, I'm going to be using something with Bloodhammer most likely. But next Guild Wars in 3 weeks from now, I'm definitely going to be doing the 4 times Dragon. Because we're going to actually get a lot of bonus on that. That's going to be a total of 10 attack, 2 magic, and 8 armor, approximately, when we end up and do that next time. And of course, we're already getting pretty high bonus, 9 attack, 1 magic, and 6 armor. So that's a decent amount of potential. But yeah, we're getting the Dragon Pet next week, on next Wednesday. Guarantee 100% chance that we get it. And it's the first new pet being added to the game as well. Can I please try this team? Dragon Soul, Infernus, Yagwe, King Mikhail. Oh, duh. How have I not used Yagwe? How did I forget about the Yagwe? Yeah, that would work. And then there was something I didn't go down to yet. It's probably because it's all the way down at Y and I was starting from the top. Yeah, I completely forgot to go use Yagwe. Not sure Dragon Soul would work in that, though. Generally, you try not to use Dragon Soul unless you're using a lot of dragons, like this team. But, you can still get away for using it just for Explosion. I try not to if I can, but of course I still do if there's no other option for a particular team. Normally when I'm making more budgeted teams, I'll try putting it in there. But when I'm making like really high rarity teams, very rarely will I use a Dragon Soul with it. Unless it's specifically like something like this. This is actually a really high rarity Dragon Soul team. This is actually the highest rarity you could ever build out of Dragon Soul. It's literally 3 mythics. It's Dragon Soul, which is a legendary, mythic, mythic weapon, and mythic. So it's about as expensive as you can ever get with a Dragon Soul. Unless we eventually get a 3rd mythic dragon, which I don't believe currently exists. We only have 2 mythic dragons currently. So we're going to go and barrier this up and then Element Grim. The thing with Element Grim here is it's mainly just used to reduce their attack and for cleanup. It's not actually used as the core part of your team. The core part of your team is Dragon Soul Warbreaker into Dawnbringer. The Element Grim is kind of just there in hopes that it hits it, but you basically just do it for the last like 1 or 2 shots, just in case it does miss. But yeah, this is normally what I use for Red Guild War. A little bit bad against Scion, but not that many people run Scion on Red Guild War Day. You do generally have to deal with freeze, though, quite a bit on Red Guild War, which is actually one of the reasons why I run this team. Everything on this team, other than Element Grim, is Explosion, or both of those. And for Explosion, it doesn't matter as much if you're frozen. Still matters, but it's a lot less impact than if you were using a converting team. Oh, don't kill out the Dragon Soul. They still didn't drain it. Also, pre-nerf Nyx would have completely drained that down to 0 mana. So go take all that. Grab our mana that we need. That gives us Dragon Soul. Barely survives. Normally we'd be using Dawnbringer to help keep it alive. not exactly the case this time around. Okay, we'll go and guess we'll take a green preemptively. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to. Because he's probably going to leave it there. I need the barrier just so it doesn't die. Especially if this was Guild War, that'd be even more important. And this is, of course, is meant for Guild War days. Actually, a really shaky battle, but should be fine. We do Dragon Soul into the Element Grim, and that should be match. If he doesn't kill the Dragon Soul, no! Our points! Oh, well, not that big a deal. It's not actually a Guild War battle. But still, that would be really annoying if it was. And he kills himself off of Reflect, which is why he's also in second slots. Worst comes to worst, they'll just do all the damage to himself off the skulls, Doom Skulls and stuff. But, yeah. It's why I don't normally use as my red team. Of course, I generally stick with a Infernus kind of combo. Just with Alchemist, feed the Infernus, and just kill it with Infernus. I still use Element Grim. Just because I have a habit of always countering for it. But yeah, let me go do the team that was suggested. And we'll give it a shot. I probably should be testing things more with Infernus. I try not to use him if I can help it, but yeah, it is pretty mandatory. He's just so much better than everything, it feels like. But let's go with this. Dragon Soul, Bloodhammer. I shouldn't say everything, though. Bloodhammer has something to say about that. We'll go with Infernus. Come on, Infernus, go there. What does it happen if we click Suggested Troop? Stonehammer every time? Oh, we got a Dawnbringer. I actually suggested Dawnbringer. Oh, it's actually suggesting okay troops, but it keeps doing the same thing over and over again. I don't know why they have that button there, because it never works. It doesn't even, like, choose a random troop. It just chooses, like, a set troop every single time that has no relevancy to anything. And even if I go completely change to a different team, like we change over to this one, it'll suggest the exact same thing, which was the Stonehammer. Oops. Stonehammer. See? Stonehammer. And if I do this, it'll be Stonehammer and Dawnbringer. It's really weird. Anyways, let me go move that team back to what it was. Firebomb. Firebomb. And it changes every week, but it never functions correctly. Is that the right order? Yeah, it should be. It's actually running the same Reflect thing that we were running in the previous team, actually. That's kind of funny. It's using the 25% Reflect in second slot in case the first slot dies. Doesn't have a summon, though, but most of these red teams don't. It's not really that easy to put a summoner into a red team, mainly because Sir Gawain's the best summoner, but in every instance, it is, if you have Infernus, it's better just to use Infernus. I think we just go red-purple. It's fine if we don't have a +1 to our yellow. Just go with Rush Dragon Soul. Probably be our best bet. I can see Dragon Soul dying a lot here, but at least it tanks with his 50% revive. Is it worth building a team with multiple World Breaker? No. There isn't a single instance where multiple World Breaker would really be worth it. I would not advise. Especially starting next week when we have extra bonus to Dragon Soul bonus. You'd want to use unique dragons just to utilize that. Because you're not really going out of your way to make a unique dragon team. Most unique dragon teams have ridiculously good synergy. It feels weird with the minus yellow. I might have to remove the minus yellow. But then again, we don't have the extra mana for our Dragon Soul if I do that. No, we'll go take all that. I'll regret it if I do, because then we won't be able to get Dragon Souls quickly. It just happens to be a little bit of a slower start, but it should be fine. We'll go take ourselves a brown there. All he needs is Dragon Soul mana. He might Goblin Infinite spam us until he wins, though, right here. We'll have to see. Though almost every team in the entire game would lose to that, so that's not really a good representation of this team if it does lose to that loop. I will go good take that. Get a Doom Skull in there. Don't kill the Infernus. Don't kill anything. There we go. Okay. We should be okay now. So let's go convert this over. Oh, wait. I just realized he converts out purple, though. That's a bit annoying. But we should be into the win right here. And that's match. And that should be way overkill. Well, a little bit of a shaky start, but it did indeed win. I do want to go build something around Yagwe, though. Ah, Pet Gnome! Let's go get it. No, it's not actually a real Pet Gnome. It's all the fake Pet Gnome. How does he have 3 fake Pet Gnomes already? I guess he's pretty common in the Vault Keys, gosh. Well, anyways, let's go and... there must be, like, such a low drop rate for the actual resources these days under Vault Keys. Hello, Mashi. Welcome. What team are you using with Glaceon? My normal core team I'm using is this. The Gorgolfa Glaceon Apothecary King Bloodhammer. As far as Purple Day, I didn't actually build a Purple Day for him yet. I don't believe. We did it for Brown Day, though, because obviously all we have to do is replace out the Apothecary. Really easy to go do that. But, yeah. Right now we're trying to look for Bloodhammer. Red Guild War days, because, of course, today is Red Guild War. So let's go with a Yagway team this time, without a purple on the team. Very rarely do I not use a purple, but I think I'm going to for this. Just so we fit everything else here. I'm tempted to go Goblin Rocket into one other one. We need something to give Bloodhammer what he needs. What's a double convert under red that isn't Sakima? Or is there one? Double convert under red, not Sakima. Doesn't even matter what it is, really. As long as it's double convert. Because I just need it for the alignment. Oh! Ice Goblin. You know what? I am gonna do that. I think that's worth it. Yagway first slot. I haven't used Yagway first slot in ages, gosh. Yagway first slot, Goblin Rocket, Ice Goblin, King Bloodhammer. And this doesn't use any purple, surprisingly. And I guess we'll just go into a yellow-blue to get both their manas up. Wait, what's the minus purple banner? Is there a minus purple with yellow-blue? I don't believe so. No. There's two or three minus purple banners. Two of them are both the +2 brown ones, which is really strange. Oh wait, never mind. That's not what the other one was minus, was it? Never mind. Oh no, they both are. Yeah, why? I still don't understand that. Why are there two minus purple banners with +2 brown? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, those are the only two minus purples, aren't there? Aren't they? I wonder why I never use minus purple teams. You only get brown mana if you do. Okay, well, we'll go and do something about that. Let's just go with, like I said earlier, the yellow-blue then. I don't think the other banner would be worth it. Minus green? No, we don't want that. So, yellow-blue, where are you? You're Sword's Edge. Sword's Edge, Sword's Edge, Sword's Edge. There we go. Okay. So this should work. +1 for our Goblin Rocket, +1 for our Ice Goblin, and +1 for everything because of Goblin Rocket into red. So we should be able to work with that. See what happens. Oh, what's he using for his red day? He's using... Ragnagord. Yeah, that works too. Haven't used Ragnagord for a while either. Would actually work really good with Bloodhammer. Except it uses the same color as him. But still, it synergizes really well. That's the only problem with a lot of coloration. They deliberately try to make them the same colors as things that they would already synergize with, just to make sure that they can't be used with them. Alright, we're going to take the blue there. He'll go clear the board, which could actually help us a lot. Kind of. We'll go take the reds over. Almost a Yagway. We'll go take the full mana here. Problem is we're going to have no alignment. Or at least no current alignment. So we'll see what happens, but it doesn't look like we're going to be getting it. We're going to let him have a skull, just reflect some damage anyways. And then Furnace does not help us. So we'll go take that. Get our full mana for our Freeze Exploder. Go take another skull. I'm just going to have to let him have it. And hopefully this clears the board into a way that we actually get a benefit out of it. So we'll go for that. There we go. That's exactly what we need. Throw that down. That'll give us Goblin Rocket. That'll take the skull. And that should be the match, pretty much. We'll go take the red. That gives us another Yagway. We got a triple Doom Skull. We have alignment too. That's match. It's over. And now it's just a matter of applying all the damage. Okay, I found my Red Guild War Day. Found it. Found it. There we go. All we had to do was use other ultra rares of Goblin Rocket. I actually really like that combo. I showed it for the team earlier too, the other day. But Goblin Rocket, Ice Goblin, might be one of my favorite new combos now. Actually, always was a huge fan of Goblin Rocket. It's a little bit towards the slower side, but it's really safe to use. And of course, in Guild Wars, it is important to play it safely and have the high win rate. Of course, it's really bad against freeze, but yeah, as long as we're not against freeze, we should be okay. Only problem is Red Day does have a lot of freeze, so we might need to revamp into something else, like our normal team or something, if we go up against it. Okay, we'll just go take that over. It does give him brown, but it's okay. Well, I guess worst comes to worst if we do get frozen. We're not frozen on blue, and he can at least do his thing, but Goblin Rocket will be really bad against it. What will go, and any good drops? Not really. Oh, hello, yellow that's just sitting there. Do I take this Doom Skull? I think I do. Almost kills him as well. Though it's not actually killing him, so... Oh, wait. Is that enough damage? No, because we can't align anything. Or at least not the way I need to right now. Unless I could get full blood hammer. Actually, I can. I could go drop it and then take the alignment. Oh, but then it won't be aligned. Never mind. Oh, I also can't even drop it. Never mind. I'll drop the never mind. And the only way I could feed is with specifically brown. And there's no way to... Oh, wait. I could drop brown there. Never mind. I can drop browns. Oh, but then that takes away our other blue as well. Which makes it so we can't get it. Okay, I'm still going to see what happens, though. If nothing else, it gives us the rocket to go and clear out the board with. So, of course, we don't have alignment now, but oh, it also didn't give us full mana? It didn't surge. Okay, hopefully this gives us full mana for him. 1 mana off! Luckily, we don't have alignment right now. That would have been horrible if it was 1 mana off and did have alignment. Okay, well, let's go take that. We finally get a kill, which makes him do some skull damage to us. And, yeah, we don't have a line, but we'll just go for... Oh! Wrong way! Okay, I guess that was fine. At least it didn't clear as much board. I took that without the Doom Skull. Fail. It's not that big a deal, though. We'll go grab that. Come on. Get a red to purple convert. Do I have anything weird I could go do with this? Guess we could just explode a bunch of the board. So we'll go do it right there. Clear out a good majority of the board, and that just kills them out. Okay, I think I'm using this for Red Guild War Day. This actually seems like a lot of fun. If nothing else, we'll... we could actually score pretty well with this. It's probably going to lose, but it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to mess around with. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. Really annoying that they only have one-way converts, though, but it's it should still be fine. Oh, what do we even need here? I guess the yellow, but we don't have it. So I'll just take a green for now. And then we'll take a red. Then we'll take another green, and then we have alignment, which he doesn't ruin, and then we win. What would you recommend doing to get good trait stones? Constantly farming Explore over and over again. I would advise being around level 200 or so before bothering to do this. You need to make sure you have at least decent statted troops. Make sure you have like level 10 all kingdoms before you really go on the trait stone grind. But yeah, you basically just camp Explore for hours on end is the easiest way of gaining a lot of trait stones to trait whatever you need. Let me lower that down by 2, grab that, and see what we have to convert around. I guess we'll just go Explode. Get that down. And I guess we could Goblin Rocket into the double Doom Skull, and then see if we have a Yagway, which is almost guaranteed no, but we'll see what happens. And yep, no Yagway, that's to be expected. But do we have alignment on the other guy? Yes, we do, so we'll go grab that, and that's dead. And extreme overkill. Even if we lost all of our attack damage too, we could easily just kill it off of Yagway casts. Or even just loop it at goblins. But yeah, I believe this is what we're using for tomorrow. I mean, for today. Dragon Soul, Elamagrim, and Furnace Umberwolf? Interesting. I don't normally use purple spam for this day. Or for red day. I do it for purple day. And I do something very similar as one of my red days, though I don't specifically do it spammy. The biggest issue this team's going to have, as well as just spamming in general, is, as I mentioned, freeze tends to be used the most on this particular day. Just because it's... Oh, I just realized something. This is actually anti-Scion. We don't even need to worry about that. Because if it takes a skull, we counter it. But yeah, you have to worry about freeze a lot. Out of every day, it's definitely ran the most. Red day and green day is the most 2 common days for freeze. As the most amount of combinations that are used on both the days have used loops of some kind. We'll go take that down. I guess it's somewhat popular on purple day too. Those are the biggest 3 days, but mostly green and red. Because purple has quite a few things that actually have immune to freeze. So it's not as common. Also, there's a lot of things under purple that can go without the need to use extra turns. I mean, yeah, without using extra turns. Okay, alignment. Where to move? I can go and do some kind of weird skull trick thing, but we don't... Oh, wait. I'm going to take it this way. I'm not going to take that one because I actually want that blue to stay there so we get more damage. So we'll do that. And then we just go for this, and that's match. Actually, I didn't even need that more damage. That was all I only needed to do, like 16 damage. That was a bit overkill. But you never know. Always good to do that preemptively, just to have a habit of doing the better setup for more damage. Makes a very little difference, but 5 damage could be the difference between killing and not killing it. So right here, I'm actually going to throw the Goblin. Just clear up the board some. And that gives us alignment. If we didn't, we'd use Goblin Rocket to get our alignment, or throw Yagway if we had it. And right there, we could have threw another Yagway if it was still alive. It was still our turn as well. Yeah, this is definitely what I'm using for Guild War today. Okay, here's one of the other teams that might get used. This is actually a pretty common freeze team. Not the exact one, but it's the Forest Troll Kraken Queen Map team. He's missing the Nyx, but still, it's basically the same thing. Actually, the Nyx wouldn't even be that good against this because it might end up hitting the Yagway. So, yeah, what he's using might even be better. So this will be a good example, and if it can actually win against freeze. If it can win against this, it's pretty much fine against anything. Though we did get a pretty nice start, so this might not be as good of an example. Of course, the ones that you would lose are the ones where you get the really horrible starts on. So go move that so we have Yagway. Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to see. So we're frozen now, which is, of course, really annoying. At least we are not frozen on Goblin Rocket yet, if nothing else. So I'm going to go get ourselves alignment. We're frozen, but I'm still going to get it for the extra mana. Actually, then again, doesn't it give us less because we're actually taking it 4 times instead of 5 times? If it was 5 times, it would be more. Oh, never mind. It wasn't 5 times. I looked at that incorrectly. But, yeah, freeze definitely very annoying. At least, again, not frozen on Goblin Rockets, so we still have that to go use. At least at the moment we do. Can we do anything to align all of this? The answer is no, I think. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, I believe the answer is no. You don't have anything that could go explode over there. This skull will not go into a location where it's possible. So I think I just throw a blank Yagway. Is that enough damage to kill? Yes, because HP boost ratio. Actually, it's double kill. Perfect. Oh, did I leave that there, or did that cascade? Never mind, we're unfrozen on most things. We're only frozen on first thought now. So at this point, I think we'll go move this together. If nothing else, we still get the 1. So we'll go do that. We'll get a bunch of mana off the side as well. If nothing else. And no alignment, but I think we'll throw the thing in there. That'll do a bunch of extra turns, and I think we just go for this simply for the damage output. Oh wait, we're not frozen on yellow. We could actually just go for that, and then that's match. We are frozen on red, so I have to watch out for that. We're also frozen on skulls, so I can't take that one either. And there's no way to put them next to blues, I don't think. So we'll just go for this explosion. And that's match, and then we kill it off of anything, and we'll just do it off of that, and that's match. Don't even need all that excess damage. Yeah, even against freeze, it seems to be okay. If the Goblin Rocket would have been frozen, that would have been a completely different battle. But it's only a 1 in 4 chance. Still annoying when we get frozen on red, which is everything other than Goblin. I mean, the Ice Goblin. But yeah, I think this is what I'll use. Could be a little shaky against freeze, but we'll still give it a shot. Yeah, that'll pretty much be Red Guild War for today then. Yagway, Yagway, Goblin Rocket, Ice Goblin, and King Bloodhammer. What's nice about this is half the team is cheap as well. Goblin Rocket and Ice Goblin is really easy to obtain, and you could technically replace out Yagway for like a Dragon Soul or just any kind of utility troop, even Dark Maiden. And even though I said it's pretty bad with Goblin Rocket, you still could probably get away with it if you didn't have any other options. But just something other than Yagway there, just as a utility troop, Goblin Rocket, Ice Goblin, and then this is the King Bloodhammer for the Doomstorm. Only hard part is the Doomstorm Bloodhammer, but he is available in event keys. Only other thing you would need to do is get his trait stones, if you don't already have it. Well, let's go grab that, and now we just need to get our 120 gems, and then we claimed every reward for the week. Definitely highly advise doing that. It's really easy. All you have to do is kill a bunch of stuff in PvP. Worst comes to worst, you could either just keep repicking casual PvP until you find easy battles, or you can go and like this, or you can just go and simply do the easy ones in PvP. Obviously, don't repick spam. That's extremely expensive, but yeah, pretty easy to go get kills. Is it better to run a Valkyrie or Nyx in the Forest Troll Kraken map team? Nyx. Nyx or Dawnbringer. You either replace the Kraken with Dawnbringer, or you just use Nyx in it with the Kraken combo. It's not as good when you're invading, but if you're defending with it, it's definitely Nyx. When you're invading with it, you can pretty much change it to whatever you like using. But I would definitely advise using the Nyx version if you're running it for defend. Wow, that was quick. Just 3 little pairs of clumps of skulls for the instant kill each time. Also, where are all the pet gnomes? hour and a half now, and we only found one treasure gnome. As I mentioned, next one we find, we will give out a redeem code. That, or I will in the next half hour regardless, because, yeah, it'll be either be in the next half hour or earlier, is when it will be. But we're getting pretty unlucky with them. And apparently the guild as well. That or my guild just happened, I think it just might be that my guild is on at really weird times. Like a good majority of them. Not everyone, obviously, but I feel like during the day we get so few, yet sometimes like more towards the night time. I actually get a lot. I don't know what time zone everyone is, but it does seem odd. Well, then again, someone just said in my guild that they're moving to Germany, so that's a slightly different time zone. That's ahead of mine. Though that wouldn't be them doing it during nights. That'd be even more of a reason why they wouldn't be doing it at night if they were in Germany. Because I think that's like only, what, 5 hours ahead of my time zone? So if I was on at, let's say, like 11 p.m., that'd be 4 a.m. for them, which I highly doubt he's up at 4 a.m. Let's see, we'll go and, oh yeah, I'm using my normal team. I was like looking at this team like it was something completely different. Let's just go and do this. It shouldn't backfire. Okay, it's fine. Now we just do that, and then that's match. And that's match. Barely even need a follow-up, it just like wins instantly. We'll go with this into anything. That's dead. Yeah, there we go. Don't even need to follow it up. It just follows up itself with a billion skulls. Yeah, definitely save. Oh, they're saving gnomes for the gnome event. Ha. But yeah, definitely save your vault keys for the gnome event. It's would be a really good time to go and use them. Oh, that's cool. He's using the High Forge version of that. I have considered doing that. I have done this in the past. The biggest issue I found with it is it just doesn't tank enough. Once you lose Glaceon, the team slows down a lot. But if you win, if you get a really quick cast off of the Bloodhammer, it's it wins quicker, but it's not as consistent as the team we're currently using, which is why I don't bother using it. But it does technically win quicker. You just have to try to make sure you don't lose. Why is it not letting me click? There we go. Go click that. He didn't get any mana on this thing. Of course, he's AI, so he has no clue how to use it properly. We'll go and I guess just clear out the board some. Actually, let me go for that. Does that even help us? Not really. Apothecary doesn't even have convert there, so I can't even go for that. I guess we could go convert and just hope that we have a follow-up next turn, so we'll do that. And never mind, we actually turn it out of nowheres, and then that's match, we won. Yeah, once Glaceon goes down, that team falls apart. It takes a while before it goes down, but once it does, you auto-lose. And you have no team once you lose your first two, which is the other problem I was having. Once you lose your first true troops, you might as well just evade the battle because of how long it's going to take to win, if you even can win. Yeah, I'm not too huge a fan of doing it like that. I'd much rather use the Grugolf, though that team does, as I mentioned, technically win quicker. Though overall, I believe if you time it by hour, it technically wins slower. But its quickest possible win is way quicker than what this one can do. It's just not as consistent. Let's see. But that's also why I like doing for my core PvP teams too. It's why I use a lot of Grogolfa. Basically any team with first stock Grogolfa is among one of the most consistent teams you can get. Aside from against Scion. Scion is still ridiculously annoying against it. But in every other situation. Especially with all these Doom Skulls and stuff around. It's really useful. Pretty much the best counter for it, since Stonehammer doesn't work in almost all teams. It's very rare that you can actually get a good Stonehammer in first slot. And I'm not a huge fan of using him, so Grogolfa it is for every team. What's also nice is you can stack that with Entangle if you were to have it. Of course, this one doesn't, though if you wanted to go put like Sylvania Moore or something on the team, like if you were using it for Guild War Day. You can Entangle them, bring them down to 0, and then their Doom Skull will be reduced to either like 2 or 3 damage. I forget if it's rounds up or down, but you can stack the Entangles so they don't do any skull damage, combined with the 75% reduction to take out the... oh, never mind, it would be 2 damage. It would be 1 or 2 damage. I forget which way it would scale. I think it's 2. But it would scale down the Doom Skulls down quite a bit with the 75% reduction. It's 5:42 here in Germany. I know, I meant like at 11 p.m. But yeah, right now they would be on still. They'll still be on for several hours. But I meant at nighttime, because I keep getting more pet gnomes at night than I do during the day. Alright, we'll go throw that down. That's a real... Oh, whoops. I almost thought I cast the wrong one first. I do that a lot. The guy's accidentally casting one when I meant to cast the other. I see them both basically as the exact same troop, even though they're extremely different. Mainly because they're both the best 2 Doom Skulls in the game by a very large margin. And that's match. And dead. And never mind, it's 2 damage off, really? Couldn't go down. And then it goes, hey, we're almost getting another level. Not like it matters much. Wonder when we'll get to level 1,300. Probably a couple months. Feels like we gain like 1 or 2 levels a week. It takes so long to slate in the game. Yeah, Doomstorm is hilarious. It's actually a lot of fun, I do have to say. It's probably one of the funnest pieces of content they've added for a while, though it is way too overpowered. So enjoy it while you can. But yeah, there's no way they're not nerfing it in some way. It's probably going to be like a small tweak that doesn't seem like much of a nerf, but it's going to be enough to like deter people from using it. But they're definitely doing something to it. The way it currently calculates out how Doom Skulls come out is just way too strong. They probably won't touch their abilities though, but his trait will definitely get hit for sure. Because there isn't really much they could do to make this thing any weaker. The only thing they could do is remove his freeze, but that's not even remotely what's making him strong. Like, they can't really make him much higher of a mana cost. I guess they could technically change his traits, but they're already pretty bad other than ice armor. And, yeah, he can't really have much done to him. As far as Bloodhammer, I guess they could reduce down his other damage on his ability. And it's already pretty hard to get him aligned. And of course, the only real big issue is the Storm, really. That's the only thing that seems to be way too above average. These things are above average with just their ability, but I think they're fine in the whole scheme of everything. It's mainly just the Storm in particular that is just a bit too much. Okay, we'll go and get that down. Second we get a kill, we instantly win if it's still our turn. And it's still our turn, so let's match. Go take that over. Oh, that was an extra turn. I took it incorrectly. Fail. But it should still be fine. We'll go and clear out the board. And then we just need one more cast, and that'll be it. If he decides to end his turn, and he is frozen. Oh, hey, the freeze actually came into play. Who could have guessed? I think that's one of the first times I've even seen him use his freeze to actually do something. Feels like it never gets to do anything. And there we go. If they nerf it, you want your 500 event keys back. Yeah, I really wish they would add some kind of way to refunds. Like, if you go and spend, let's say, like, diamonds on a new troop or something like that, or spend a bunch of keys to go get a new troop, they don't have any way of refunding that. They only refund souls, all the souls, and all of the trait stones that you put into a troop. But they don't refund the other resources that you might do, like orbs, or... actually, if you send a support ticket, I think you could actually get the orbs back. But they don't refund things like... if you spend a bunch of gems or a bunch of keys or a bunch of seals or anything like that into getting a troop. But yeah, I believe if for example, they nerf, let's say Infernus, let's just say Bloodhammer, because it's the one they might do it to. And obviously you fully traded him in order to get his thing. But let's say you did orbs to go and fully trade him. But what they're going to do if they have a refund option is it's by default going to give you trait stones. But if you tell them, or if you screenshot with proof in some way as well, would even help even more. But if you just like kind of contact them and say, hey, I spent, but then again, they might think a bunch of people are trying to scam them for orbs if you do it that way. But if you legitimately did, especially if you have a screenshot of you doing so, if you did do it with orbs, you could try requesting them to give you orbs back instead of trait stones. That ended up happening with Zugoff recently, like a couple weeks back, when they ended up adding the Zugoff to the game on accident when I did the video on him. The only time I'll ever own a Zugoff. But they accidentally added him to the game, but then they accidentally, or not accidentally, but they by default gave the refund in trait stones instead of the orbs, because the game couldn't recognize if people actually spent orbs or not on it. It just always does trait stones regardless. So, yeah, do contact them if that ever does happen, because that might happen. It already happened with, as I mentioned, with the Zugoff, and it's going to happen with pretty much everything in the future that are Legends and Mythics that get nerfed. Very rarely do they ever nerf Mythics, though. That almost never happens. But Legends they do too from time to time. It's one of the reasons why Infernus hasn't been touched as well. They're like excessively hesitant to ever nerf a Mythic due to because they never refund the other resources. They don't want to ever really nerf Mythics since they tend to cost a lot of diamonds or a lot of keys or a lot of gems. Whereas with most other stuff, it doesn't matter as much because they don't normally cost as much, except Legends. But you know, Epic and below are they don't really have to justify like refunding the other stuff for that, because all those kind of troops are really easy to obtain. Epic's slightly less so, but definitely ultra rare and below. Okay, seriously, can we get a pet gnome or a treasure gnome already? Preferably pet gnome, but... Even once we finally find a pet gnome, it's just going to be a repeat. Almost guaranteed chance, since there's only like 10% of the pets we don't have yet. Ugh. Oops. Wow, the camera just went crazy. It's always funny to struggle of using a laptop as your thing. I might eventually get a stand for my webcam. If I do, this will never happen again. I don't think it's that big an issue, unless I'm like deliberately trying to do that. Because I'm not moving at all right now, by the way. I'm just moving my finger, but it looks like I'm shaking all over the place. Happens whenever I hit the desk too. Like if I do that, it like shakes them a little bit, but I'm not even moving at all other than my arm. Okay, let's go and do the Google. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might get a thing for the mic too. But I don't know. How do you guys think the audio quality normally is on my streams / videos? I know it hasn't been the greatest, but haven't adjusted it much in a while. But I've been thinking of getting a stand for this, in hopes that it might help some. But I just haven't bothered. I still have it just on its default stand that it came with, on top of my laptop. So it actually vibrates some from the laptop whenever it's like overheating, or you know, whenever it's been on for a while and it's kind of like trying to process through. I don't think it ever is too noticeable, if even noticeable at all, but I might eventually get one for it. What do we even need here? I heard a cleanse sound, but why did nothing get cleansed? Okay, maybe I'm hearing things. Okay, we'll take the skull. Also, how is his HP so high? That weapon doesn't give that much HP. Okay, 39. That's a little bit more than I thought it was. We'll go and we'll try for the green there. What do we need? There's nothing. The whole board is bad. We'll just go and try getting blue alignment, I guess. Or any alignment, for that matter. There we go. That's match. There we go. That was definitely a cleanse sound that time. And that's match. So much HP and it goes down like it's nothing. What's also somewhat annoying about Doom Skulls is it kind of made attack buffing useless. As weird as that may seem. Because you get so much value out of Doom Skulls, it doesn't really matter what your attack value is. Unless you're up against like a Gorgolfa or something. And let's go into yellow, keep it all even. We're at the 180s. Oh wait, that's funny. Are we at 180s when our purple is at 360? I think it just was. It's like a little bit above 360. Let's take our tribute. Don't want to miss out on that. Actually getting quite a few gems from that too, because they keep adding more and more kingdoms to the game. I hope they never actually nerf tributes, because give it like 1 year from now, there are actually going to be so many resources per hour that you get for free from doing nothing other than just clicking that little button. But they're really starting to get high. The more 30% kingdoms that come into the game, the better. The most recent one was Whitehelm to 30%, but the more they get added, really helps out. And of course, also pretty recently, this kingdom got to 5 stars. But the two relevant ones on that, though, are the two tribute-related ones, the double tribute reward and the double tribute chance. It's a while before it gets the better ones. Doesn't even have enough troops to do so. Let's see. Those Doomstorm cards are so broken. Yes. Yes, indeed. Particularly the Doomstorm. I was about to go do something, and I completely forgot what it was. No! I hate when I do that. I completely forget what I was doing. Can everyone remind me? Could look back in the stream. I was totally about to go do something, but forgot what it was now. Fail. Pretty sure it wasn't that important, but we gained a level. Oh yeah, I was going to go check my hero mastery. I remember! Barely. Yes, it is almost 360. That's funny. I don't think we'll be able to reach it in time, though, unfortunately. But yeah, we're almost at 360 hero mastery, while every other one is at 180. Anyways. Let's go into the PvP. That's why I wanted to check. Wow, that is short-term memory. Like 10 seconds later, it's like, oh, what was I doing? I'm gonna take the brown. It's gonna be so bad when I get older. Of like a 1 second attention span. Well, it's not really that I'm not paying attention. It's just that I'm thinking of too many things at once whenever I'm doing this. And if I get distracted by any one thing, I'll forget what the other thing was, and then, yeah. We'll go and, I guess we'll just clear out the board with Gorgolfa. Pet gnome, I summoned thee. I wish. 0 pet gnomes. It's been almost 2 hours now. I might just give out the code since it's been so long. And we'll give out the other one when we finally find one. So I think I'm actually going to do that after this battle. Because we have gone way too dry on them right now. We only found one thing the entire time, and that was before I announced the thingy. But yeah, we'll go give one out. And then when we finally find one, we'll give out another one. Because, yeah, we're we're getting pretty unlucky with them. It also is because we're not doing as many battles, I guess, but if we really, really wanted to, we could just go to 1 trophy casual PvP and grind it out there. That's a little bit of a waste, though. Anyways, let me go give out the redeem code. The first redeem code of 2, and we'll have another 2 tomorrow during the same stream, same time as always, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Friday and Saturday. How many codes do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 today, 2 tomorrow, that's 4, 1. I have enough till Friday of next week. Technically Saturday as well if I give 1 and 1 on both of those. Hopefully Salty gives me more soon. She hasn't contacted me back on something I mentioned the other week. Let's see. We'll go with this one. Wow, she puts a lot of 9s in this one. That one is definitely not random. If that's random, that is a lot of randomly generated 9s. Pretty sure she manually made that. Let's... Also, I need to go find a random letter/number generator. So I could just send it to her. It's like, here, these are the codes I want. Because she sometimes gives 10 character codes. Actually, I don't believe any of these are. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. They seem to all be 10 from what I could tell. But she does do that quite often, giving 11 ones. Also, sometimes she gives repeat ones if the ones she already gave out on her streams or something. Let's see. Mainly because she doesn't make them random enough. Or because she makes the same random ones over again, somehow. Anyways, where's my thing I'm looking for? I'm looking for the code section, so I can go test to see if this actually works, and go post it in the chat, and go post it below me, and all that good stuff. So let's go see if this works. Put that there, put that there, put that there. And... it is successful. So let me go put that below me. The code is weenie, with a bunch of 9s behind it. Okay, I believe that's what that word is. Can't tell. It's a weird spelling of it. That or I just haven't seen the word used that often. Oops, that is nowhere near centered. Wow, that is off. The 9s must be very thin characters. There we go. That's centered. Oh no, I just collapsed all my screens. There we go. I hate when Windows 10 does that. If you keep moving a window up and down, it closes every other window other than that window for no reason whatsoever. I don't know if there's a way to disable that, but it's really annoying. I very rarely ever do that. There's some games I use it for occasionally, but more often than not, it's a completely pointless feature. It just gets in the way. Anyways, that code works. Use it on gemsofwar.com or underneath the game code section. Or you can click this link. Either or will get you to that location. Gives the same reward as always. To use it, you have to be on PC or mobile version of the game. It does not work on the console versions. I also don't believe it will work on the Amazon version when that comes out either, unfortunately. Only PC mobile. And if you go under settings, that's where your invite code is. The redeem code is redeem code, where it says it right there. It's also in chat for the redeem code. And it gives you the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And there we go. And let's see what we get for that. 1 gem key. Should probably start saving these 1 gem keys that I keep throwing down. Snow Guardian. Nothing useful. I feel like I never get legends or mythics off them. I've still yet to get a mythic off of a 1 gem key opening, though people have in the past. And feels like forever since we got a legend, despite it being like a 1 in 100 chance. Well, I guess maybe that's because that means it would take us, let's see, if we open up, let's say, about 5 a week. Soon I'll have about 7 a week, but which will mean we'll be able to do it almost every day. But currently we do it about 5 a week. So you know what? That actually does make sense. Because that means it takes 20 months. Okay, never mind. That does make sense. It takes 20 months to try to get a mythic off of that. Off the 1 gem key per code. And that assumes doing all of them. Though there are more codes than just that, though. Salty gives them out occasionally. Her social media gives them out occasionally. The official Gems of War one. And there's some sometimes other means as well. Like if anyone else is streaming and trying to get codes from them. Currently, it's mainly just me and Salty, though. There isn't really anyone else making content for the game other than, I think, Frodo the Horse came back. He built some kind of team, I believe, with a... with that one bird, that one owl. He really loves using Snowy Owl. It actually is a pretty nice common. It's one of the best commons in the game, if not the best common. But I feel like he always builds teams around it, which is cool, though. I don't think I have any one troop that I always build my team around. Maybe Gorgolfa, I guess, or Dragon Soul or something. I do tend to use Gorgolfa a bit too much, but just because he's so good at not losing. Okay, we'll go into a yellow. Take the brown. Throw Gorgolfa down. What rant video did he get banned from? I don't recall that happening. I didn't actually watch every single one of his videos, though. I watched a good majority of them, but I didn't watch, like, literally every single one of them when he was doing them. Yeah, what did he say in the rant video that got him banned from codes? Let's see, we'll go into this. Is he alive? Yeah, he's still alive. He came back to doing some videos recently. He did something with the Doomskull stuff. And I think he did some other one recently, too, that I didn't see. I think he did, like, 3 videos in last week or something. There was, like, a 6-month gap or something prior to that, though. Well, let's go for Gorgolfa. Actually, is it better to go to Apothecary? No, let's go Gorgolfa. Go from there. Yeah, that's why I asked Jamie. What did Cruddler say in the video that got him banned from codes? Kind of curious now. Alright, we'll go take the... oh, we're frozen. We're frozen on both of those. I guess we'll just go into Gorgolfa into hopefully extra turn off this. Nope, but at least we have the mana we need. Stop freezing it! Stop it. Luckily, we could easily unfreeze it, but still, that's not the point. We'll go into Apothecary into, I guess, the convert. Ooh, I don't want to do this on yellow. Good, we have it on green. I guess it didn't matter that we didn't do it on yellow. We don't have any alignment for it. I was hoping we would. Can we set it up at all? Yes, we can, actually. I'll go do that. Doesn't give us as much mana, but we're already capped out. I'd do that for the extra turn. If I did the other way, it actually wouldn't have been an extra turn. Or I don't think it would have been. And we'll go grab all that. And for whatever reason, if you take a 4 times or 5 times of just Doomskull, it doesn't actually end your turn, which is weird. I don't know why it does that. Well, I kind of know why. It's because they didn't bother coding it for Doomskulls. But, yeah, that seems so weird. If you do a whole thing of just Doomskulls like that, you saw it made like a 5-time shape there. The game doesn't identify that as a skull. And you're never going to get frozen for, even if you are frozen. If you take 4 times or 5 times Doomskull, it still counts for an extra turn, even if you're frozen on the first slot. Because for whatever reason, they forgot to code the freeze on first slot for Doomskull. It does, if there's even 1 skull in the pair, or in the match, it will freeze it. But if there isn't any skulls present, it won't. Because they forgot to do anything for Doomskulls. And I assume that's not intended. Could be a possibility that that's intended, though I highly doubt it. They're probably going to say it's intended and then fix it later. That tends to be what they do for most things. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Until we fix it. Let's see. We'll go and... I guess we'll just go and get it to full mana. Yeah, we won't leave you for Cruddler. Oh no, he did some pretty good content when he was doing content. We'll go through the Apothecary, I mean the Gorgolfa down. And we'll just go through that onto purple. And... yeah, we have extra turn, we'll just go for that. Grab the other one. Get all that in a nice little bunch. Take that one down. And yeah, we should be good to go. Just grab that into the little bit of damage, and I'll kill it out. Oh wait, he's still alive? What are you doing? Go down. Did he agile it? He must have. How did he survive that? Okay, and down he goes. Doomskull extra turn didn't come up in their 10 battle a week's testing. I know, right? I really do feel like they don't test that much. Though, in a way, it is kind of hard to test literally every possible combination. Though you would think you would test this a little bit more extensively newer mechanics. But one thing that actually they don't seem to test that much is when older mechanics actually change due to other changes that they make. Very rarely do they actually bother testing older stuff. Like, I believe they only, like, really briefly test, like, the newer stuff, like, obviously the Doom Skulls and stuff, but they don't check every interaction by even the slightest degree, and they don't check older stuff that could have gotten broken from it. I think one of the biggest examples of that was when they changed the whole traits no longer multi-trigger in a single instance thing, because they didn't test that with a lot of things. Even Nimhane on one of the streams said, oh yeah, what's its name? Queen Aurora still gives +1 to all the colors, and then it's like, nope, no it doesn't. It does if you do it through a multi-cascade, but it doesn't do it if it does it in a single instance, like all the other ones don't anymore, which really nerfed it. And they still haven't done anything to make her better. I don't even think they added her for refund either, even though they nerfed her pretty hard, indirectly. She was really, really good prior to the nerf. These days, she's still decent, but she doesn't trigger on the multi thing. So if you take, like, for example, a blue and a purple simultaneously, you're only going to get a +1 for one of them. You're not going to get it for both, which defeats half the purpose of the troop. Of course, if you cascade, like, a red into a yellow into a purple, you'd still get a +1 for all three of them in a single instance. Mainly because they're not all happening at the exact same time, but because they're happening in, like, little sets. You love this team, you're playing it without the traits, and it's already so good. Oh yeah, you don't even need traits to make this team work. Maybe for Gorgolfa, just so it doesn't die as easily. But, actually, if you don't have Gorgolfa traded, you might want to replace it with a Cockatrice or something. But, yeah, nothing else on the team really needs traits. King Bloodhammer would be nice, though not required. Glaceon literally needs none. Nothing really helping you, especially if you have Gorgolfa in first slot. And Apothecary doesn't need a single one unless you're specifically up against, like, some kind of, Devour team. And you can go put that in the back slot if you're up against, like, Krakens or something. But, yeah, none of them really need traits. Other than maybe Gorgolfa and, of course, Bloodhammer for his final trait's pretty nice, though not required to get the Doomstorm. It speeds up battles by a decent amount, but is by no means necessary. Oh, I forgot he has that thing. Luckily, Glaceon is still a perfectly fine tank. I saw that too, I just didn't feel like switching up the team. I did actually see that there. It's just it's used so rarely this late in the game, I don't even bother switching my team unless it's like a really annoying team that's utilizing it, but most of them aren't really that hard. Just the fact that it even has it on its team, it makes the team quite a bit weaker. Okay, all we really need here is an Apothecary into the win. Or not the Apothecary into the win, but that into the win. Naming everything incorrectly. We'll go and take all that red. It should be the Glaceon. Oh, no, now I'm calling him Glaceon. That's not the right one. Bloodhammer into the hit, and that's dead. There we go. Not only am I accidentally casting them incorrectly sometimes, I'm switching their names too. You run Mountain Crusher, Archer class, in place of Gorgolfa. Oh yeah, that'd work out pretty well as well. You would end up getting a lot of hits in. You're already hitting pretty hard though with Doom Skulls alone, but yeah, that'd make sure you get even bigger hits. You could even do that with Assassin, it would probably be even better. Because you'd be able to kill out the last slot for free, while still getting all the damage onto the first 1, 2, or 3 enemies. And it would end up speeding up the battle a little bit compared to using the Archer. Because you're already going to be overkilling them with Archer. You don't really need to overkill them. You're pretty much already going to have all the damage you need off of Doom Skulls. But with Assassin, you could get a kill that you wouldn't have damaged at all for free. But yeah, I'd probably say use Assassin instead. Unless you're really utilizing that half mana for Mountain Crusher. But normally with Mountain Crusher, I feel like I never actually cast it. I guess in this context of this team you would. But I don't know, I feel like whenever I use a Mountain Crusher team, I use whatever the other mana generator is a bit more. Of course, if it was your only mana generator, then yeah, you would be casting it quite a bit. But I know when I use it with like Dragon Soul and stuff, I feel like I'm using Dragon Soul and World Breaker and other things way more than I'm actually using the Mountain Crusher itself. Because Mountain Crusher doesn't actually do anything other than mana generate. It doesn't have any side effect on it. At least with Gorgolfa, you at least have like the one side effect of cleanse, and with all these other things, you have plenty of side effects. But I don't know. It's just using something for only mana generation purposes, unless it's a convert. I tend to not do it that often. Normally, some kind of follow up, even if it is just a cleanse, tends to be useful. Even the most smallest of things can help out a lot. I will go get a Gorgolfa down. But yeah, it is really nice with Apothecary because it creates so many browns and then you just explode them all. Okay. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, did I not give out the code? I did. For a second, I thought I didn't. But yeah, if any of you haven't claimed it yet, definitely make sure to do so. We'll have another one a little bit later in the stream as well, for any of you that are interested. We'll go clear out the board and go from there. You're curious how your red team would do against the Dwarf Defend team? You ran into 3 of them today? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I didn't test against that yet, did I? That's probably going to be the most common annoying thing to have to face on Red Day. That and freeze are the 2 most common. If they're not running dwarves, they're running freeze. What do we need here? Nothing's good. Let's just clear out the board. And that leads us to another bad board. I guess we'll just go do this and then get us alignment and go from there. No extra turn. Oh, never mind. We did to get off the cascade. Very nice. Sure, we'll just go for damage. Somehow we got an extra turn and all that mess. And that's match. And there we go. Wow, that cascade. 10 times cascade ended out with out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere. It's from the Doom Skulls. What are these codes of which you speak? You know what the codes are of which I speak. You didn't not say anything. I know, right? I didn't give out a redeem code yet. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But yeah, we'll give one out when we find the next pet gnome, treasure gnome, whatever we find. If we find one. Even if we don't find one, we'll still give it. But the earlier we find one, the earlier we'll give it out. Alright, we'll go get a Gorgulta down. Anyone having problems with the stream? I don't know. Is it being weird? On my end, it looks like it's coming out correctly. Yeah, it should be working. Looks like it's functioning correctly. Wait, what happened to my stream? What happened to it? That would explain the dip in viewers as well. I don't know. What is happening with my stream? Can you even hear me? Is that a yes to being able to hear me? Let's see. Randomly starts buffering. On my end is currently not. Could be something with my connection. It currently says the stream health is healthy. Could be YouTube banned, not sure. Oh no, my computer seems fine at the moment. Let me go check its usage. Actually, let me check if it's overheating. That could be a thing too. Temperature. Because it is pretty hot today. Which is why I wanted to go for a walk after the stream. It's a pretty nice day out. Let's see, is my computer overheating? Probably. The struggle of using a laptop. Yes, allow the program to work. No, don't update it. Yeah, it's not overheating. It's getting a little bit up there, but it's could be worse. But yeah, it's definitely not underheating. It's like it's pushing it. It's like 80 to 85 degrees Celsius, which is definitely above average to be running any computer at, but it's a laptop, so that's about as good we're gonna get. That is a bit above average, but it's not like critical levels by any means. It runs on that pretty much all the time, and it's fine. It's been running at that for years. Blow on it! No, I have an internal fan and cooling system for it that works okay. It's not any kind of advanced one. Whenever I get actually, if I ever get a new computer, which we will be doing eventually, I want to make sure I get a really nice cooling system for it. We'll go throw that down. There actually are some games that I can't even play because it just overheats way too much if I try multitasking with a bunch of different things open at once. Especially games that aren't optimized that well. You should clean the fan once and forever. Yeah, I haven't cleaned it in about a year now. I ended up cleaning it a while back because it was just awful. But, I haven't actually cleaned it since. Probably should do that again. We'll go take the blue in there. You've been meaning to ask the amount of redeem codes on your stream. What is it for? The redeem codes have about like 300 claims or so. I don't actually know the exact amount. But as far as what they are for just extra resources within the game. They give one gem key, 2 treasure maps, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Nothing too much, but for newer players and just randomly putting it in for like 5 seconds or however long it takes, like maybe half a minute, it's worth the time to go and put it in if you're already around. But it's just something small that we hand out during the things. Sometimes we have slightly better ones too that have like trait stones and stuff in it. Though to some people later on in the game, that's actually worse to have trait stones in it because we already have more trait stones than we ever need. But yeah, that's pretty much all the codes are. It's nothing you normally wouldn't already be able to obtain. It's just like, it's basically like finding a few treasure gnomes simultaneously all at once. It's basically what the little codes are. I'll go throw the brown to red because we don't have alignment on the other thing. Do that into the blue, and that should be pretty much dead. And there we go. Dead. Off the gigantic cascade. Yeah, I've been meaning to get a desktop for ages now. I just haven't really dedicated to one yet. Also, I don't know if I'll be moving within the next year or not. And I'd rather get my computer after I move than beforehand. Just in case, because I don't want to deal with it getting any damage when I move or anything like that. It's already bad enough that it has to get shipped, most likely. Every part or just the whole thing if I'm going to do it that way. I don't know if I'm going to buy it pre-build or not. Probably will, most likely, just for the convenience of it. But again, of course, just it getting damage is always a concern. I guess I could technically have more of a concern if I bought every part individually. But still, I want to confirm for sure if I'm moving in the next year or two. And then once I know confirmation on that for sure, and what's going on with all that, then I'll probably decide what on earth I'll be doing with that. But yeah, I do need to get a new computer in the near future. I'm still using my laptop from college. I have the money for it, and I have gotten many donations towards it too, so we definitely have plenty of money to put towards it when I do decide on that. But yeah, it's something I still need to wait on just a little bit. But it is definitely something I'm looking into. Well, we'll go and... Oh, we do have alignment. We'll go into that. And then we'll just kill it. And that's match. Oh, you found a pet gnome! Haha! Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. I wish. But yeah, if we found one, we will. But very lucky. Very nice. What pet did he get? Hopefully a good one. Yeah, we're still missing 3. And apparently it's going to stay like that if we keep not finding any. Still none. Maybe there's one and it's just not notifying. Let me go restart the game. Maybe it'll appear when we go and restart. Probably not. That makes almost no difference. Oh, I still have that old loading screen there. That's funny. I should probably go replace that with absolutely anything other than that. Like literally anything else. That's a ridiculously old loading screen. That's not even as old as the other old loading screen. I wonder if I have the extremely old one behind it. I think I replaced the image with it. That would be kind of funny. I don't think I do. I wouldn't be able to find that layer quickly though, I don't think. Let me see. Hold up. I want to see if we do have... What's behind it? Well, we have that one. What's behind the other one? Wait, 1 second. Oh, no. It's just... I don't have the other one behind it. I ended up replacing this one with it. There used to be, like, an ancient loading screen from, like, 3 years ago behind it. Like, 2.5 years ago. Anyways, move that back into place. And there we go. Anyways. There are no good pets. I think there are some decent good pets. They're far in between, but there's the 6 that help with Guild Wars. There's some that helped color-wise, or I mean with troop types, like with Peace Pigeon and the Dragon that's coming out next week, and this for newer players. And yeah, there's definitely like some decent bonuses out there. And of course, the Mini Mimic and the Moon are pretty nice too, both for their extra resources. It's not a lot, but it definitely saves you time overall. And yeah, maybe might not be the best thing to throw billions of gems at, but out of everything pet related, if you're going to do it to any of them. Those are the 2 to kind of consider, just because they are so much better than all the other pets from a time perspective. Because most of the extra stats aren't really going to save you time or anything like that, or really net you more resources in most situations. But the Mini Mimic and the Moon definitely will. Okay, we'll go and take the green down. Well, there's unfortunately nothing I can do about the buffering. Better put the... if it actually is because of... Actually, there's one thing I could do. If it is because it's overheating, I could go put the air conditioner up higher. But, we're going to be ending in about half an hour anyways or so. So, yeah, I think it'll be fine for the rest of the time. Hopefully. That or it could just be YouTube's end, too. You never know. Sometimes it is just YouTube's end and there's nothing I can do about it. Not always, though. I don't think it is. This is likely just my computer overheating. Wouldn't be surprised. Alright, we'll go and... what do we even throw down? We'll go get that in there. Oops. Actually, let me take the extra turn, might as well. That doesn't give us any follow-up, though, so we'll just go clear out the board. Build it yourself and they will come. Okay, we'll go and move that over. The references. We'll go and explode all the things. Also, who was the one that did "Do You Know the Way" thing? That was such a weird meme to bring up. Isn't that thing dead now? Pretty sure it's dead. It lasted, what, 2 months? Pretty sure it only lasted about 2 months. What do we even need here? We'll go and throw down, nothing good. I guess we'll just go Goltha and go from there. But you know what? I'm gonna do this and hope we get lucky. Hey, we did it. We got lucky, and that's match. Check the Windows update downloading in the background. No, there's no Windows update in the background. Soon, TM. Soon, TM. Anywhere's from 1 day to 1 year. Soon, TM. Does that actually have a definition like that? Wait, what? Is there actually an Urban Dictionary definition of it? I kind of want to see what it is. Hold up. Urban Dictionary. Soon, TM. Soon, TM. Hopefully me typing out T and M works. Why won't it let me click? Up there it is. Soon, TM. Describe something that we are told is coming soon. Game updates, TV shows, etc. But we have heard it enough times to know better. Whoever is saying X event will occur soon is considered to own the trademark on the word because they have used it so many times. Okay, so yeah, basically that. Which is what we already knew what it was. We'll go take the brown over. Alright, we'll get the Gorgoltha down. Yeah, I haven't seen a Windows update for a while. Maybe that's why it's going weirdly. Maybe there's a Windows update and it just hasn't gone yet. I normally just do the automatic update when it occurs, but it does it on restart, and there currently isn't one available right now. TM soon. Struggling a lot running the stream, but you'll preserve. You like having the stream on while you play. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, like, quite a few people do like having it on in the background. Some even have it on while they work or other stuff. It's kind of interesting. We'll go and throw that in there. Normally, most of what I'm even doing most of the time is like commentary, unless I'm actually specifically showing a team or anything like that, or new content. But of course, during days like this, it's more like just banter, because there's no new content to go over. Well, technically Doom Skulls, but you guys have probably seen enough Doom Skulls by now. It's been out for a week, but it's been the meta for that entire week, as well as into the future, unless they change it. But there really isn't anything better than Doom Skulls at the moment, and that's going to stay like that unless they nerf it. There's almost no counter they could ever add that could really deal with it. Unless they add 100% skull reduction. That is about the only counter that will work. And there technically is something that has it, but it's not obtainable. It's the dungeon version of Stonehammer. I really wish they would just give Stonehammer a buff and give him 100% skull reduction. I don't think that would be overpowered if they gave that to him. And it would be the one actual counter to Doom Skulls. Of course, almost no one would have it. But at least it would be a legitimate actual counter. Of course, they would have to do actual things to adjust it beyond that, but it'd be a good place to start. And that'd be ridiculously easy for them to do. All they'd have to do is change the value. Would be a really simple, quick fix. They could probably even do that without a client update, too. We'll go get a Gorgoltha down. You just got a treasure gnome and only got 1 gem key? Well, that's not too bad. There's definitely worse drops out there than that. It's better than the soul drop. It's better than the trait stone drop. It's better than the... That's about it. There's not too many other. I guess it's better than the smaller gem drop. Yeah, it's about worth about 9 gems, 10 gems, depending on how you look at it. Which isn't horrible. It definitely has worse drops in it. Okay, we'll go and throw that in there. And that's match. We'll just kill it off of that. Doom Skulls calls the overheating. Let's see. What else did I miss in chat? No, never mind. I didn't miss anything. I always feel like I do. If anyone still has any other questions, let me know. Very few questions this stream. I think it's mainly because we can only answer so many questions. And those new people actually come to the stream, which we have been having recently, but we would need a lot of them to have enough questions to supply it perpetually. Let's see. Blue Surge, grab that. Didn't get a double skull drop. We'll go and throw it down to greens. What else do we have to move around? I guess we'll just go into a Gorgoltha and go from there. You finally maxed out your Soul Forge. Congratulations. Very nice step. Now you just need to save enough diamonds to go get a Mythic. And then go get yourself something like a Infernus or a World Breaker or a Fairish Ra. Probably Fairish Ra would be the best, though. If you wanted sheer damage, it'd be Infernus. My laptop needs an ice bath. Is it really that bad? Is it really that bad on your guys' end? Let me go see what happens if I open up the stream in my own little thing. Oh, it is buffering. Oh, it is. Okay, you're right. It is buffering. You're right. It is. I just had it occur to me on my player. Okay, I don't even need to go check it. Yep, you're right. It is indeed buffering. I can see it on my little live thing because it shows a out feed of what's showing on the other thing. And it shows buffering as well if it's connection issues. And, yep, it is indeed buffering. It might just be YouTube's end, though, because it's not showing it any different. It still says that the live stream health is fine. So it's not actually dropping any packets, it's just buffering weirdly. 3 weeks of soul farming, finally crafted Dawnbringer. Is late game now? Pretty much. If you have Dawnbringer, you could pretty much consider that. You can get a decent rate out of arena soul farming, like 20,000, 25,000 per hour, maybe even a little higher. I heard reports of 30,000, though I've personally never gotten that high myself. And that's a pretty decent rate, highest rate you can get without a Fairish Ra. You have Dawnbringer, so you can easily run through the invasion and raids if you ever needed to. You can use Dawnbringer instead of Mang, or just use Mang with other stuff. You will now be able to go do PvP easier. Though generally I consider late game as 5-star all kingdoms would be the... generally based off of stats. New player is everything prior to owning all kingdoms. Early game is everything prior to 5-star... level 10 all kingdoms. Late game is everything prior to... wait, I said that wrong. Okay, so... new player, everything prior to owning all kingdoms. Early game is everything prior to level 10 all kingdoms. Mid game is everything prior to 5-star all kingdoms. And late game is everything prior to max all kingdoms and basically just full completion. And end game is basically you own everything, plus maxed out, plus eventually what will technically be end game is 10-star all kingdoms, but that currently doesn't exist and won't exist for a very long amount of time. Probably another year before we even start seeing like the first 10-star kingdoms popping up. Maybe a little bit sooner than that. Probably by the end of this year we might see the first 10-star, but it'll be like end of next year before we start seeing like 10 to 20 10-stars or something like that. But yeah, end game. There is a difference between late game and end game. It's going to be particularly noticeable once 10 stars do start coming out. At the moment, most people look exactly the same. Like if I go to someone in my guild who's probably late game instead of end game, they probably look initially like the same. But if you go and look at like their troops and stuff, they'll probably have like legends there. They might have some stuff not traded. They probably lack a lot of mythics. They probably don't have kingdoms as upgraded due to lacking those mythics and stuff like that. Because almost every kingdom eventually is going to have a mythic. Give it about another year, half a year. Pretty much every mythic or every guild, every kingdom will. I believe currently there is, let's see, how many currently are there? And then we can do it, reverse engineer it. Let's see, how many things are there? We can see how many kingdoms have mythics by doing it backwards. So we do it by base rarity. 8, 16, 24, 25, 26, 27. 6 of those are not related to a kingdom. So, oh no, 5 of those, never mind. It's only 5. So, oops, how many did I just say? It was 8, 16, 24, 25, 26. So 26 minus 5, 21. 21 kingdoms currently have a mythic. Which means there's still 12 kingdoms that don't. So yeah, there's still 12 kingdoms without a mythic. Oh, wait. 11 kingdoms that don't have a mythic. There's actually another troop that I don't have. It's Zugoff, and he's Karkaroff, which is the most annoying mythic in the game to actually obtain. But yeah, there's actually 11 kingdoms that don't have a mythic. I forgot about Karkaroff. Yeah, we're almost there, and we're getting another one on next Friday. I mean, 2 Fridays from now. Not next week, but the following week. 2 weeks from now. We're getting another mythic, and that's going to be for Pride Lands, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll make it so we only need 10 more. But yeah, almost by the end of this year, we'd have a mythic per kingdom. Almost. A little bit after that. So probably by this time next year, like I said, 1 year from now, we definitely have every kingdom with a mythic at that point. Wonder what they're going to do then. Because, will they start adding 2 mythics per kingdom? That might be a little odd. They might start putting more into Apocalypse and make the entire kingdom mythics or something like that. Who knows? But we'll have to see. They did say that they were planning on doing more Apocalypse eventually. Though they still haven't done it yet. Soon, TM. But yeah. Oh, the Mythic Goblin might be the most overpowered thing they ever add. We still don't know what it will be. But just the fact that you're combining Goblin plus Mythic is going to be insane. Because we know it's going to have an automatic extra turn. So what are they going to give it as its ability? Even things that aren't Mythic Goblins or Legendary Goblins are good. Take like the new Goblin that just came in from the most recent kingdom. Even though it's not a Mythic, that thing is insanely good. It's the cheapest freeze option. It's only ultra rare. But it's the cheapest freeze option in the game. It's one of the best freeze option in the game. And it's the only mass explosion that's auto extra turn. Because there's nothing that multi-explodes other than him that has a 100% chance of extra turning. While a good majority of them have a decent chance of extra turning, he's the only 100% option. And of course, Goblin Rocket has it, but it's only 1 explosion, not 2. Of course, 2 isn't necessarily a mass explosion. If it was something like 3, then that'd be insane. But still, 2 is better than 1. The only big issue with it is it's not controlled, so you can't use it for board control. But it is good for board clear when you need to go try getting alignment or something. Yeah, sorry if the stream is being really bad. There isn't anything I can immediately do to fix it while I'm streaming. So, hopefully it'll fix itself. Otherwise, we'll just have to deal with it for now. Oh, we'll go throw the Apothecary on the ground. Final trait on Mythic Goblin. Reduce interest in Gems of Ore on 4 times or 5 times gem match. No, it won't be that bad. They'll probably add more freeze options as well. You never know. They already have with the most recent kingdom. They added 3 freeze options, or was it 2? They added Glaceon, the Goblin, which is the cheapest freeze in the game. Did they add another one? It might have just been those 2, actually. But still, they added 2 more freeze options. That's not too bad. And one of them is ridiculously cheap that everyone has access to. All you have to do is open like 5 event keys and you just got one, if you don't already have it. But yeah, that's going to be one of the easier ways to counter out Goblin teams, is just mass freeze it. That's not like a guarantee win against them, but it does help a lot, obviously, since everything they have automatically extra turns. Well, I didn't get the extra turn there. We'll just take the red down. And we'll just go take the yellow. Go from there. You know what the trait's going to be? Cleanse all allies. I hope not. Could you imagine if a goblin got a mass cleanse that easily? I don't believe goblins have a single cleanse at the moment. And it should hopefully stay like that, because that would be really... What on earth is happening? That's what we're supposed to do. He just Doomskull reversed me. What? Okay, I need to watch that back. Did we just die on turn 2 to... Or it wasn't turn 2, but... what just happened? Okay, let's see. How long did it take for it to happen? He did Firebomb. And then everything just went crazy. So it took 1 turn. We're on turn 2. He didn't throw Firebomb, so now it's turn 3. Let's see. Then he threw the Firebomb. He cascaded. He cascaded. He cascaded. He cascaded. He won on turn 3 by casting Firebomb, utilizing our... That's actually really funny. Is that new meta now? Do we just use fire bombs now to counter out people using that? That might actually be a thing. I haven't actually tried doing that yet. But doing a fire bomb so that you utilize the other person's Doomstorm, and then you basically just fire bomb so that they trigger the Doomstorm for you. You use a team that's coordinated around 3 other troops that doesn't use Bloodhammer, and then you just go and utilize their Doomstorm and just win the battle that way. He seriously just turned 3 me by using a fire bomb. That's amazing. Well then. Well, we need to go try that against someone when we're up against a Bloodhammer. Use a firebomb with 3 other troops. And see what we could do. We have to get lucky with the firebomb, but assuming we do, it's gonna be pretty nice. Okay, we'll go convert out all these reds. Actually, probably should have done the brown. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We can just clear out the board. And should have some kind of alignment here, and we do if he doesn't ruin it, and he doesn't. And that should pretty much be match. Take that over. But yeah, we'll have the other redeem code soon. It doesn't seem like we're going to be getting a pet gnome or a treasure gnome. Really, really unlucky with them. Also, I'll also do it if the guild ends up getting one, though again, they haven't done one either. Not finding anything useful. It might just be the time of day, I guess. But then again, this is around peak hours. Or almost peak hours. I think 1.5 hours from now is actually peak hours, but still. It's a decent hour where a lot of people are on. And we still haven't gotten one yet. Too bad we can't get him yet. I want so many copies of that dragon. I actually do want to get that thing to Mythic for all the bonus that it gives. Because I do use dragon teams quite a bit. Not as much recently, but it's still something I like to mess around with here and there. There's always a lot of potential with them. They've always been good. Even before you got any benefit from using 4x dragons, people still use 4x dragons. Just because there's always been synergy with them. And what's nice with it with the extra bonus is you don't actually have to go out of your way to build a dragon team. They're the same thing as any legitimate team. They just happen to be all dragons. And there isn't a proper dragon counter still added to the game yet, so there's not really anything particularly good at countering them either. Let's see. Well, actually there is. Technically, Submerge is one of the best counters to it. Though you don't really see the mechanic that often because Submerge is ridiculously bad. And no one really runs that many dragons these days, so no one's really setting it as their team. Maybe if it ever became big again, but I highly doubt it, given how big something like Doomstorm is right now. Okay, let's go, and I have alignment on that. So let's get that in there. Get a double Dragon Soul into Wordbreaker into that's match. And Dragon Soul, and that will kill it. And that gives us max souls. And there we go. Not like we need it, but hey, let's have 1.3 million in case they ever add a new weapon. I think we're almost there. We're like, what, 150,000 away or something? That's really easy to grind out. Not even. Oh, never mind. A little bit more than that. We need 180,000 more souls. 189, actually, about. But that's pretty easy to get. We could easily go get that in a few hours if we really had to grind that out. If they added one, like, literally right now, we could get it by the end of the day. 1.3 million if we really had to. Of course, it's going to take us way longer than that by doing it by normal means because I don't normally soul farm. But, yeah, it doesn't take that long if we were actually deliberately trying to get it. Let's see. You just made a low-level secondary account. What's the best way of keeping your level low and building up your resources? Find a decent guild that won't ever kick you. That still does a decent amount of contribution. And just do treasure hunt only, pretty much, and nothing else. You could still do PvP up to 1.9k because the return is still really nice. And you could still do pets, obviously. But you should avoid doing guild wars, invasions, raids, and pretty much every game mode that isn't a treasure hunt. Treasure hunt and pets. You can still do them if you want, but the more you do of them, it levels you more. I think the best way to keep a account very low level would be just only do treasure hunts and only do pets, and that's it. And pretty much never do anything else. Which is basically what I'm doing on my other account right now. And still, you stay in a guild that gives some amount of resources. You don't want to do this for too long, though. It's mainly, I would say, for about a month or so. Unless you were playing the game really, really casually, then you might want to do it for a while. The only time when it's really worth it is if you're playing the account for less than 5 hours a week. Would it be worth staying that low of a level for that long? But if you're planning on actually playing the game out, I wouldn't stay too low of a level for more than like a month. You just do it for the initial month so you don't have to pay any money to get troops and stuff. Because if you're playing the account fully free to play, which of course if people are making alt accounts, almost all of them are always fully free to play, you're going to want to, you're probably not going to be spending money on it, so you do have to keep it low level for a little duration of time. What's my guild requirements? 1 million gold, 300 trophies. Actually, let me go bring up the screen for it. I'll go do it in a second. Yeah, I'll go do that, bring up the screen right after this. But it's pretty much standard late game requirements. The only thing that I think isn't standard is my guild has a 1 million gold requirement. But that's mainly because we have a lot of people that contribute way over 1 million. Actually, I just contributed 4.7 million this week. But that wasn't because we did all that grinding this week. I just happened to have dumped a lot of it this week. But, yeah, 1 million is the hardest requirement, probably. Do keep in mind, even though that is pretty high, you get like 200,000 just from the tasks that we do. Just from gold keys and glory keys and stuff. So even though that is a pretty high number, you already have part of it pretty much covered just from the rewards we get. Yeah, I'll go show the thingy in a second for all the requirements. We don't currently have a spot, but Sunday nights and Mondays tend to be the times when we have slots. Also, if you message me on the forum, I can keep tabs on it and let you know when we do have a spot. So if you ever private message me on the forum or anything, that'd be one of the easiest ways to kind of reserve a spot, or at least try to. But yeah, as far as requirements, ideally level 10 all kingdoms and a decent amount of legends mythics, just so you can play in guild wars and all that. But the main requirements are the, not there, these right here. Admin, right here. 1 million gold, 300 trophies, 1,500 steals, doing all 30 of the Guild War battles, as well as every other event that comes in, like invasion and raids. 40k plus Guild War points whenever we do end up doing Guild Wars, which would require having a decent amount of traits, legends, and mythics, as well as team compositions. Level 3 on everything, so tier 3 whenever we do Guild Wars, on raids and invasion, and level 3 sentinels whenever we do Guild Wars. And don't forget to set 6 unique defend teams. I should probably get rid of that. I had that all the way up from when that was initially added. Yeah, that's pretty much all of our requirements. And there's technically other ones too, like just having a decent amount of troops and stuff, but that's kind of just a given going into any late game guild. Because to be able to compete in guild wars and stuff, you need to have at least a decent amount of troops traded and leveled. And just having them in general. Yeah, those are the requirements if anyone is interested in the future. We're currently full, but we do have, sometimes get spots open. I believe someone's actually leaving soon, because as I mentioned, they're moving to Germany and they're going through some stuff, so that will open up a spot soon, most likely. So maybe even next Monday we might have a spot for that. Let's see, we'll go move that over. If anyone still has any other questions, let me know. We'll probably be wrapping up in the next 20 minutes or so. With that being said, I should probably go give out the redeem code already. Poor treasure gnomes and pet gnomes. They're nowhere to be found. Now we'll go get that down. Get a dragon soul down. And that'll be a match. So why am I doing a dragon team? I guess because I was talking about the dragon thingy. I do still love this team. It's actually not that slow either. It does have a decent speed. A lot of fun to use as well. Quite a few replacements we could do too if we need to, all in like the hero and stuff. Like Gorgolfa. I don't think we can replace up the Ward Breaker though. It's like actually the most expensive thing is like the one thing that we can't really replace out. Because it's the whole thing that the team's actually built around. Anyways, let me go and give out that redeem code. Let's see. Let's go over here. Try Dragon Soul, Deckhand, Doomhammer, and Umberwolf. Sure, we'll give that a shot. I don't see why not. Sounds like a plan. Let me go and do this redeem code real quick, though, before we do. And go from there. So, let me go mark this. Looks like we got a bunny for the code. And I think those 9s were her just deliberately putting 9s there, because this one also ends in a bunch of 9s. Let's see. Also, does anyone know of a random number letter generator? Because I'll need to start giving that to her. Just so that they're completely random, just in case. Okay, let's go put all that in there. Double check that it works. And we'll be good to go. Let's see, does it work? And it does work. Success. So let me go put this in the chat. And put it below me as well. And that'll be the redeem code. We won't have any more for today, but we'll have another 2 tomorrow. So let me go do that. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. And center it a bit. Click OK. And there we go. Okay, so there's the code for any of you that want to go and use it. The Bunny Bun 99. And what is the other thing I need to go do? Oh yeah, I need to go copy paste this into chat for you guys. So here you guys go. Put that over there. Put that there. There you guys go. And there is the Bunny Bunny code. It gives the same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. So if any of you want to go claim that, works on PC mobile. Invite code can be found underneath your settings menu, whatever your game says there. And the redeem code can be found below where it says redeem code, or in chat is also where it is, as well as the link. Or just go to gemsofwar.com, then click on the game code section. Either or will get you there. And what do we get from the 1 gem key? And a runic, which actually isn't that bad. It's actually better than getting a random troop, because I don't ever bother disenchanting. Actually, speaking about disenchanting, how many are we up to? How many souls would we have if we were to go and disenchant everything we had? We would have, let's do maths. Calculator, go. I believe that is almost 4 million. It's just by the end of the stream, that would be 4 million if we were to disenchant everything. Though I'm never going to click that button. Let's see. Plus 2806 240. Yes, that is 3,998,507 souls, and I'm pretty sure we'll get 1,500 by the end of this stream. So yes, we have 4 million souls if we were to disenchant everything we had, which I'm never doing, but we would technically have 4 million souls if I was to eventually do that. That is a lot of souls. That's actually, I believe, more than enough souls to fully level every troop in the game and get Dawnbringer and still have excess for things within the Soul Forge. I believe. I actually don't know what the exact amount of souls you need for that these days. I think it's around 2.5 million, I think. Then you need another 1.3 million for Dawnbringer. Okay, so maybe it's not enough yet. But still, that's almost enough souls that if we just started the game with this many souls, we'd have enough to get a Dawnbringer plus every troop fully leveled in the entire game, plus every hero class fully leveled. So, yeah, that's a lot of souls. That's pretty much enough souls to remax in another account. It's pretty much how many souls we'd have if we click that disenchant button. Definitely a pretty decent amount, though there's nothing to actually throw them into currently, other than some excess for Soul Forge stuff. Wait, that was totally an extra turn that we just took there. Why did it not count? Alright, we'll go take that. Take the... They really need to figure out what that glitch is. I've seen that so many times now where it's... it could just be because I'm looking at it incorrectly some of the times, but I know for sure, I've seen it on stream, that sometimes we're taking 4 times, it's not actually giving us an extra turn. There are 502 troops now, plus hero classes. Wait, is there over 500 now? Oh, nice. But yeah, what does that come down to per thing? What is the total amount of souls for that? Because you would have to take the rarity for each. Let's see, what's 502 times, oh, what's the cost for a mythic these days? I actually forget what it is. I mean, to get something to mythic from, like, let's say an epic to mythic. I actually forget what it is at the moment. 502 times, let's say 4,000. That's 2 million souls. That's not too bad. Though it might be more than that. I actually forget what the cost is to get a mythic. Let me actually go check that real quick. I haven't needed that information for so long that I actually completely forget what it is. I think it's around 4,000 for an epic to get to mythic. Could be completely wrong. 1 second. Where would that information be easily? Soul cost. Let's see. That's not it. Bounties. That or someone will mention in chat soon. Let's see. Let me go into Ash Tender. I mean, Gems of War database. Keep forgetting they changed the name. Let's see. This should have the information somewhere on it. My collection. Does it not have a thing that shows the exact soul cost anywhere anymore? Actually, I believe the thing on its own might actually show it still. Patch notes, support, wiki, game code. Never mind, they don't have a little thing that has all the other things on it. I guess they completely got rid of it because they didn't feel like updating it constantly. And now I got a server error when I tried using our thing. No! Server error into another server error. Okay, this time I didn't do a server error. There we go. No, it doesn't actually show me what I need for that. Fail, never mind. Rip. I don't know what it would come down to. But even if we do, that's still about right. 4,000 for everything. You just got Scorpius as your second mythic. Congrats. You can use that with a Wyvern to get a double kill, which is relatively cheap troop, so you could actually do that pretty easily, which is really nice. But yeah, congratulations. But yeah, I believe it's still about 4 million to max everything. Wait, is it really 4.3 that much for a thing? Oh wow, okay. So we would have to do about 6,000 then. So let's just assume... Okay, let's just actually assume 7,000 because we're going to incorporate all the hero leveling as well. So 7,000 times 502. Okay, so you're alright. I'm a little bit off. It requires about 5 million souls, not 4 million. So I'm a bit off still. Yeah, it costs about 4.8 million for Dawnbringer plus everything upgraded, approximately. Somewhere around there, give or take a couple 100,000. So yes, you are right. It takes more like 5 million than 4 million. That's still not that big a difference. Actually, it kind of is. That takes anywhere from 20 to 50 hours to obtain that many souls if you're doing it by soul farming methods, or even longer if you're doing non-soul farming methods, which if you're doing passive PvP, it could take a ridiculous amount of time. It could take like 200, 300 hours of PvP. But if you're specifically just doing soul grinding, it's 20 to 50 hours. 20 if you're using some kind of double fair Shra or triple fair Shra team, and 50 hours if you're using something more like Dawnbringer and Arena, or just one of the weaker soul farming teams like Valkyrie, triple Warlock, or Dragon Soul, double Azurus, Umberwolf. Okay, we'll go and take the reds down. Take the purple. But yeah, I never pay attention to the soul cost of anything, because I always just assume I have way more than enough souls. Because they haven't added a proper soul sync to the game yet, still. Soulforge was supposed to do that, but it didn't really do it that well. I'll go throw the Dragon Soul down. What's the best Dawnbringer and Arena strategy? Pick all yellows and then win, is basically the strategy. Every single pick you take should either be a yellow troop or a thing that generates into your hero. And it doesn't really matter what they actually are. As long as they're yellow or they generate your hero's mana, they will help you. Even if it's just board control, like a peasant or something, is helpful. But yeah, just draft every yellow you see, essentially, is the easiest way of doing it. And just keep repicking until you get a full yellow team. Either or will work. Actually, I'll go show a quick draft with it, just to kind of show. We'll go move that down. I don't have a Glitter Claw yet, so we'll just go clear out the board. Actually, could take in that yellow to try to get alignment. I don't think it would have done it, but you never know. Oh, he just converted out the color I needed. That's not good. Why must you do such a thing? Okay, we'll just go for that. That should kill it. And then we just need to go into 1 or 2 big more hits. We get max souls right there. Then we throw a Ward Breaker, and that should be the kill. He'll hit enough skulls with Doom Skull that it should do enough damage. And down it goes. Actually, that was exactly enough. It did him down to 32, and we did 32 full AoE. Have a good day, Sai. See you later. Oops, I didn't mean to pre-pick. No, I wasted 1 gem. Oh well. Let's take our tribute. Get our 1 gem back. Actually, 7 gems. And I was about to go do. Oh yeah, arena draft. So let's go into arena. As you can see here, that is not what you picked. That was me just randomly spamming stuff. That is not a real team. But let's go and do a draft of arena just to kind of show. So right here, everything is useless. We'd already know we'd want to repick and go from there. But if we had to pick one, it'd be Wall of Bones. Now we'd go Ranger or Dryad. Since this creates green, it doesn't matter, so we'll go with Ranger. And then we'll just pick the yellow, so Enchantress. So you pick like that, and then you would just reorder it accordingly. And there you go. You do that or that, either or. Probably this way, since you do AoE. So yeah, it'd be this, the Enchantress, Ranger, and the Bone of Walls, which is useless in the last slot. And then, yeah, you just went out with all that. Would be a really easy battle. And we'll just go show another draft real quick. Arena. So right here, you take the yellow, or Wall of Bones. Actually wouldn't be too bad either, but we'll take the yellow. It's going to be useless in most contexts. This guy generates just red, so really nice. And this guy also generates our mana and is yellow. And this would be our team. Put Moneylender there, put that there. Boom, we got our team. And you just keep drafting like that, pretty much. Just anything that mana generates into it or anything that's yellow is what you would do with the Dawnbringer. And then you just rush Dawnbringer every time. I'll just show one more draft. Here, everything is useless as far as helping Dawnbringer, so we'll just take a Goblin as the most useful troop. This helps Dawnbringer a lot, so we'll grab that. And all these are useless, but we'll take the most useful one, which is a double silence, which is Merlion. And, yeah, just do that. You can also do it by trying to cover colors if you want, but with Dawnbringer, you generally don't need to cover every color by any means. And we can just do something like that. Actually, probably put the this more up front so we can go half mana to the Dawnbringer to get it up even quicker. And just do it down like that. And yeah, it's pretty much just how you draft these little things. Pretty straightforward for the most part. The most basic thing you can do is just pick every yellow you see. Pretty much as simple as that with a Dawnbringer. Of course, you get some really bad drafts like this, though. Even worse. But at least we have Boar Rider for the thing. Here, we'd actually probably want to pick one that's more towards mana generating him. So here, we don't exactly have the best of composition, but we can go and we cover every color. We go use Leshy for the Entangle so they don't hit us as much, but it also stops us. We have the Boar Rider for board control. And it also ends up destroying all green, so we keep getting mana, which is nice. Actually, we can put it like that. And, yeah, we have the Herdmaster for the mana generation, which will help a lot. Just take purples, get him up, explode, boom, we get our cleanse, and we get Dawnbringer up. Not the best of teams for that one, but, it'll work. We could easily go through all the battles with that. But don't feel bad repicking it a couple times. It's sometimes quicker just to repick, like 1 or 2 times than it is to actually play out at a bad arena draft. It might cost you a little bit extra gold, but you get all the gold back anyways from doing it. It's barely even made for gold. The main thing you're getting if you're doing specifically arena is souls. The other resources are really trivial. The only 2 that are really relevant are trophies, the glory keys, and the souls. But most people just do it for the souls. Unless they're a late game player, then they probably do it for the trophies. It's actually still the best rate of gaining trophies in the entire game, especially since they did the nerf to the thing. But I still don't personally do it just because it's, I don't know. I don't really have much of a need to specifically grind trophies. They're a relatively irrelevant resource that's mainly only used for competing between guilds. But they don't actually supply you with any extra benefit. They're just kind of a collectible thing just to kind of show, hey, our guild has this many trophies. That's about all they do these days. Random troop challenge? Sure, we can end with a random troop challenge. I don't see why not. Yeah, that'll probably be the last thing because it's going to probably take us a little while to win or lose with the random troops. Yeah, we'll go give it a shot. I'll be doing something kind of like that with the other account soon as an actual video thingy on the new event keys that came out. But we'll go do one on stream too. Yeah, I haven't really done many for videos yet. I really need to go do those again. They're ridiculously easy to make. I don't know why I don't do one like every week. I mean, maybe we should have like Random Troop Tuesday or something. Random Troop Tuesday. Every Tuesday we do a Random Troop Challenge. I should probably make that a thing because they're ridiculously easy videos to make. And they're quite a bit of fun to use because you get to try things, team compositions you would have never made ever. There's no reason to ever use those team compositions under any circumstance. So, oh no, we have barely any glory keys though. What key are we going to use for the Random Troop Challenge? I guess we'll use this at glory keys. We're running so low on them though. I can run gem keys, but it tends to be ridiculously hard to actually do it off of gold keys. Also, it's not as interesting because gold keys don't, they only go up to rare, so you don't ever get every drop from... Oh, I forgot! You can't open 10 at a time anymore. No! Random Troop Tuesdays TM. Oh no, I forgot about that. You can't open 10 at a time. Well then, I guess we open just 1 at a time until we get 4. And we'll just use those 4. Let's do it that way. So let me go get a sticky notes. Where's my sticky note go? I'll just do it on the back of this one. Oh no, it's attached to another sticky note. Oh no, my sticky notes are attached to my sticky notes! I need a pencil or anything to write with. Okay, we got this. Let's go see what we get. First 4 we take. We can do it in any order, but we'll take the first 4 we get. Soothsayer, actually a really good start. That's actually amazing. Out of every common we could have got, I mean, out of every rare we could have gotten, that's about the best one we really could have gotten. Maybe not the absolute best, but it's pretty high up there. Ooh, I shouldn't talk that quickly. Hippo, no. Okay, we got a useless hippo. What do we have next? What is this team? What does Pixie even do? I think it's a guarantee Fairy Fire plus extra turn or something. I don't think I've ever actually used a Pixie. And, what's the last one? Panda. He has a double explosion. That's actually not too bad. Oh, we got 2 good troops, 2 horrible troops. So we'll see what this does. Wait, do we even have anything that does damage? We have Hippo. We're gonna win with solo Hippo, gosh, as our main damage source. There isn't any context of any team you'd ever bother doing that with. I guess we'll try it on this one. We will have a stat advantage, but we will have a, what on earth is this team disadvantage? Oh no, I just replaced out that team. I was using that for Red Guild War later today. I'll remember what it is later. That'll all look back at the stream. Anyways. Actually, I can look back at the stream right now and see. Let's see. It was, what day is this for? Red Day. I don't want to replace my other red with this yet because we don't know how good it will be. But yeah, let me go make a team slot for this real quick. Let me go replace out, let me go replace out this one. And name it, Red GW. Red GW, Doom. Now let's see if I can remember off the top of my head. It was Bloodhammer, a Goblin Rocket, a Yagway, and a the other Goblin. And put that there, put that there, put that there. And that should have been it. What banner did we use? Actually we're getting a decent amount of bonus. 4 attack, 2 armor. Not too bad. Believe it was the +2 yellow, +1 red. What does that? Minus purple banner. Oh no, it wasn't that. What was the minus purple banner that we used? That one. +2 brown, +1. No, it wasn't that. What was the other one? +2 blue, +1 brown? No. What was the banner we were using? Was it just yellow, red? I thought we had +2 yellow going. Oh, we were using Leonis for the yellow blue. Never mind, we didn't have it, but we were doing a +1/+1 to get both the guys up, both the goblins. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, there we go. So we'll use that later. And now let's go do the random troop challenge. Whoa, what just happened to my teams? They all disappeared. Okay, let's go into replace this out. So edit, move that over, that over, that over, that over. And what do we need here? We need a Soothsayer, which I think I'm actually going to put in first slot. So I might as well go put that there. We'll go with a Hippo and somewheres. Wow. We have to win with just Hippo. And it only does 27 damage at a time. Pixie. Oh, we could combine it with Pixie, though. Pixie does Fairy Fire. Too bad it doesn't synergize with Hippo to also do triple damage. And we need Panda, which I believe is no damage. It's just explosions. Oh, no, it does some damage. First enemy and last enemy. I forgot. Oh, he actually hits. Oh, never mind. He'll be our main damage source then. He's a lot better value than the Hippo. Though, regardless of where we put him, he won't be blocked, so I guess it's not too big a deal. Hippo has pretty high skull value. Actually, so much so, I might just put it in first slot just to kill it out. And then do just the Soothsayer, and then he already has a +1 brown. Panda, I almost feel like going all in on the banner for Panda. And just keep spamming Panda. Well, we'll go take, I guess, a +2 blue. We're not missing any colors, so might as well just go all in. +2 red, +2 blue, either or. Actually, in the case of what team we're up against right now, +2 blue would be the better option. So we'll go with +2 blue. Wherever it is. There it is. So we'll go with that, and let's see if we can win. And then we'll go try it against, say, maybe bigger battle. Bigger battle. Try saying that 5 times quick. Gosh, bigger battle, bigger battle, bigger battle, bigger battle, bigger. I can't. I can barely even say it once. Well then, let's go and bigger battle. Let's go and oh, I have no way of doing that. Never mind. I'll try for the extra turn. I guess didn't get it. Go take a skull. Should have just taken the skull actually myself. We'll go grab that. Get a Soothsayer down again. Keeps giving him more damage. Barely any, but it helps. So go throw that in there. Go for a Soothsayer here. Yeah, we'll probably have to fight this against a bigger battle, just so we actually get a more legitimate battle, because this actually is going to be a little bit too easy. We can go kill him with a Soothsayer here if we can hit 4 skulls, or we can't. If we can hit 1 Doom Skull, that would also work, but we also can't do that because there's none around. So go grab that mana. Oh, he just got an extra turn. Oh, and he just got a Valkyrie, and he just got full mana, and he's about to deny my Soothsayer. Okay, good. He didn't get it yet, but he did get a kill. So we're going to go kill him with something. I need to try hitting 4 skulls here, but I don't believe we have anywhere that we can go do that. Never mind, we do. Go do it right there. So I'll kill that out. He better not devour, though it wouldn't be the end of the world if he did. Okay, good, he didn't. That's fine. We automatic extra turn off this. So let's Fairy Fire the most annoying thing on this team, which is everything other than Valkyrie. So I guess we'll do it on you. And this is an automatic extra turn, so we'll just go take that. Throw this down. And it'll die in anything we do to it, so if we cast that again, it'll go down. I guess we'll take the skull, that'll kill that out, and we do our next ability, double kill, and now we just have to deal with this thing. And we'll just put a Fairy Fire on it for free. Probably should have already done that earlier. And let's just get Panda to full mana and we'll win that way. And that's match. It should double tap if I'm not mistaken. Never mind, it only single taps. Why don't you double tap like a Night Coronet? I forgot, he only single taps, which is why he's not that useful. If he double tapped, he'd pretty much be Night Coronet level, but he doesn't, so he isn't. Okay, we'll grab all that, get full mana, dead. At least we have Fairy Fire on him, if nothing else. And there we go. But yeah, we won with it. Let's go try it against a slightly better battle. Okay, there we go. We got a slightly better battle. The problem is we have Revenge, though. So let me go take this Revenge with a real team. And I guess we'll try the Random Troop Challenge one more time against something that's a little bit harder, because that was actually slightly too easy. I'll just stick with the same team, though. We'll go move that over. Yeah, it's a fun concept. Definitely need to go back to doing it again. Of course, there are less resources in the game, but yeah. It's still something that would work out pretty nicely. Also, I like how that sounds. Random Troop Challenge Tuesdays. Oh wow, that was a quick battle. Like, I could barely even say Random Troop Challenge Tuesdays quick enough before it just drops the entire team. Okay, here's a real team. This is a really bad idea, but let's see if this can win against it. Hippogriff, Soothsayer, Panda Guard, Pixie versus the meta. The old meta. The meta of prior to 1 week before Doomskulls. Or, you know, before Doomskulls came in 1 week ago. But, it's still really strong. It's not like it hasn't changed at all. It's still as strong as it's ever been. It's just now there's other strong options as well. We'll go grab that. That'd be funny if we actually still win. I should probably focus all in on this, though the problem with that is we won't be able to fully utilize Fairy Fire. So what I might actually do is let him have that skull and actually go for this last slot. And focus that one out, because that will make it so we still get the value, the extra 50% damage off the Panda. So he's going to get an Infernus here, not anything I can do about that. He's going to get a kill too, which could cause a Firestorm. Though that Firestorm could actually help me. Oh no, he didn't actually get a kill. That's actually bad for us. He's going to get Diviner here. I'm going to let him have that. He might actually give it to us too. No, he didn't give it to us. He actually goes for the extra turn. Oh, he's going to get Dawnbringer. We're dead. There's no way we're surviving that. He's going to Infernus and then we're dead. Oh, that's kind of to be expected what would happen. Well then. That was kind of to be expected, but didn't think it would go down that quick. Why do I hate Notepad? Oh, I prefer just doing it on paper. I like seeing it visually like that on paper. Also, I write weirdly in cursive, so I like seeing it like that too. Very rarely do I get to write these days, so when I can, I still try doing it. But yeah, I have really weird cursive. Actually, it's probably reversed, so it's even harder to read. Oh, it's also harder to read because you can't see, it's invisible. That might make it hard too. The fact that it's invisible and you can't even see. That's funny. Wow, that makes the green screen go crazy in the background, or it was. It's like trying to adjust to it. That's funny. He doesn't know how to react to blue. It's like a tealish color. Well, you can see what color it is. It's appearing for a small duration of time. And then the green screen, it has like a delay. It's like, how do we react to this color? Wait, it's like, okay. It like sees its color, has the process, and it's like, ooh, we'll go change. It changes the entirety of how my green screen works whenever I bring it up. That is really strange. Messing with the green screen. Anyways, enough messing with the green screen. Anyways, guys, any other questions? Is leveling the mini mushroom one of the core ones Tacet says is worth leveling? No. It's nice to have upgraded, but you get most of the value just from owning it, and you have to upgrade it very far before it gets any value. The best ones to throw your things into would be Mimic and Moon are the best two. The best one for each color, we did it on the previous video going over pets, and it's still fully up to date. But the best one for each color is, for blue, it is Krabby. For green, it is Oreo, the Oreo cookie. For red, it is the Magma Pillar. Also, there's going to be a Dragon buff coming in soon that's also going to be ridiculously good. And other than that, there's actually 4 under red that are really good to go for. The Fennekit, the Magma Pillar, the Whelp if you're early on in the game, and the Dragon that's coming out next Wednesday are all decent ones to go for. If you only had to pick one, I actually would go for Magma Pillar, just because you're probably going to be using, if you use that as your Explore team and stuff like that, you're probably going to be using Sunbird, Rowan, Firebomb way more than you're going to be using any of these other teams. Though the Dragon that's coming in next Wednesday might also be a good idea to get decently upgraded, just because I don't think it's going to be worth spending gems on, so don't do that unless you really wanted to. But it's going to be pretty useful if you're using a lot of Dragon teams. I personally don't these days, but I'm still, of course, want to at least get one copy. As far as yellow, the best 2 is Griffling and Peace Pigeon. Depends if you're running Late Game Divines. If you're not running Late Game Divines, just go with Griffling. It'll help you in Guild Wars. I believe it gives armor bonus. For purple, Moon should be the one you put everything into. Islet is also decent, and Mini Mushroom. Problem with Mini Mushroom is you need to, I believe, upgrade it to 2.7 times upgrade before it gains any additional benefit. So do keep that in mind. So you have to upgrade it a lot before it really gets anything extra. So with that being said, you're probably better off just going into the Islet or like a Fairy or something. This gives Fae bonus, which comes in handy sometimes. This gives Mystic bonus, which again comes in handy sometimes. But the main 2 are Moon and Mini Mushroom. But again, you have to get 2.75 or like 3 times on Mini Mushroom. Something like that. People are saying that it worked on 2.75, though I haven't seen it myself yet. But yeah, you have to get a very far amount of upgrade before it gives you 1 additional stat. Because you only normally get +1 magic from using a +4 purple team. So you need to get like either 2.75 or 3 times before it gives you that extra magic or something. So Moon's definitely the best. It gains the 1% per thing. So definitely the main one you should be putting into. The other 3 are basically depends on your current situation. And as far as brown, definitely by far the absolute best pet, Mini Mimic. And the next one you would put into is the Rocky. Because he's used for Brown Guild War. And those are all the things that you'd put your color into for each pet. For yellow, it's Griffling. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for this stream. If you guys still have any other questions, feel free to leave it on any of my videos. We'll be back later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably have a haircut by then, too, so you might not even recognize me. But yes, enjoy the facial hair now, because it's all probably coming off later today. It depends if I do go for a haircut or not. Probably will be. But, yeah, so enjoy it while you can. It'll be gone in probably by tonight. But anyways, guys, I'll see you later tonight, 7 hours from now. Well, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a little bit before 7 hours. Other than that, we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 3 hours prior to now. If you guys want to go join us again, we'll have another 2 redeem codes. We'll be messing around with pretty much the same thing we did today, though we'll try to cover up some new things as well and, you know, just chill, talk, all the good stuff. Other than that, Monday event will be Zhejian event. It's going to be bringing in some kind of interesting Devour. It's going to be Raid, so Zhejian Raid, so you'd want to use like 4 times Goblin Rocket, or some kind of decent Goblin Rocket team, like, I mean, a decent Goblin team, or a Goblin Rocket team, but a decent Goblin team, if you have it, would be Nobin Brothers, Princess Fizzbang, Queen Grapplepot, and the new Raid Troop would most likely be the team that you would end up using. You likely will not be using Mang next week because the new Raid Troop that's coming in is the same color as Mang, so it's going to be a little hard to synergize both of them together, so it won't really work out. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much for coming down. Enjoy your weekend, and yeah, next Friday, we'll have Pet Gnome. Friday after that, we'll have new Mythic, and next Wednesday, we're having our first new pet, and it's actually one of the better pets in the entire game, the Dragon bonus pet. Anyways, we have all that to look forward to. I'll see y'all later. Goodbye, everyone. And sorry about the slight stream disconnects or whatever was occurring. I saw some buffering. But sorry about that. Hopefully it'll be fixed by later. Goodbye, everyone.